there?
I don't know.
Thrifty,
Okay,
maybe.
here we are. Thrifty's here in the chat room. Welcome to another edition of RJ's Knives. We have with us, of course, Tom from Knife Delights, John from Thrifty Kniffy, Gary from The Last Ranger, and Mr. Barlow himself. I don't know if you wanted to reveal your name or not, so we'll just
Brandon.
let you do that if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is going to be an awesome show. Of course, we got Mr. Barlow on because he's unlike us old guys. He's got a younger perspective, but he loves traditionals like we do. And one of the things you do that I think is really interesting is you modify a lot of your traditional knives. You're not afraid to dive into the modification space. So I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. And
Yeah, of course.
What made you want to mod them and, all that stuff.
YouTube, actually, just watching different YouTube videos. I can't remember what channel it was, but this guy, he would restore old traditional knives they were just like complete trash, and then made them pretty beautiful. And then I just started tinkering around, and then I was like, all right, I'll just post it for other people to see, and I don't know, just appealed to me. So
yeah, it did. Well, you made me get brave too, and I modified this Rough Rider, carbon steel canoe, and I put a forced patina on it. And I was really happy with not only how it came out on the main blade, but I don't know if it'll pick up in this light, but the pen blade got even darker, from being folded. And when this one's getting its bath, it's still getting all that, stuff from the apple cider vinegar on it. And then I put it in there itself, and it got really super black. But it's kind of cool. And that was all you, man. That was all you.
Well, it looks good. The black on black looks really good.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah. Did you microwave the apple cider vinegar, like heat it up?
I think I did. I followed your directions that you had in that one video where I heated it up, and then I put like saran wrap on top of the cup, and then I stabbed it down through that, so it would kind of have some kind of a support. And that's what I said. It still lets that steam come up to that pen blade, and then I just flipped it over for the pen blade. I just let out a little bit of the liquid so it wasn't completely submerged, but you can still see really close to the bolster. There's still just a little bit of that shiny, on it, but still that's good. Nothing wrong with that. I just keep it. Go ahead.
Which canoe was that?
This is the Rough Rider Classic Carbon 2. Let me get it in there. So, yeah, it's a Classic Carbon 2. So this had the T10 steel. And so this was just the apple cider vinegar. And, yeah, I think you can see right there by the kick where it's kind of still shiny. But the rest of it, got really nice and dark. And that's
go big so we can see that a little better.
Yeah, you're right. I'm forgetting some.
I'm trying to help you produce today.
I appreciate it because I get to thinking about these things in my head. And okay, so here's the apple cider vinegar forced patina. And so, like I said, near the kick on the bottom there, that's where the plastic wrap was supporting the bolster, and so then with the other blade, it got really much darker.
It's good.
You can see around the bolster, where it doesn't quite get. It does a little bit, but that's it. Hey, Kirby Creek is here. Hi, Byron. Good to see some guys in the chat. We were thinking we were going to have a live and no one would show up. So let me go back to our regular layout. Thank you, John, for reminding me of that. Sure. Somebody has to keep me on my toes.
Well, I was straining to see it. I'm going to get my other glasses out. There we go. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
He's
Sorry.
over the top here, old man style.
Yeah, there you go. Well, at least yours aren't as bad as mine. I got to wear them all the time, pretty much.
Oh,
So,
I'm with you.
all right. So
Here's one, guys. If this is a really,
yeah, let me bring you up here.
this is a fun one. This one they were giving away for free, I think, for some kind of promotion a while back. If you spent, a certain dollar amount, and this is the Belladio, and it's kind of encased in like a rubber type cover.
Is that really squishy or?
Yeah, kind of. It's a little
Yeah.
bit squishy, not super squishy. I mean, if I tried to peel it back, yeah, it's not really moving, but pretty neat little lock back. And then it's integrated into the bottom here. You can see where you push
Yes.
to open it. But
Aren't those Italian?
I think they are, yeah.
Yeah.
It says, let's see. Doesn't give you a name as far as where they're made, but I'm guessing China because it's pretty cheap. But
Yeah.
it is an inox blade, so maybe they are not.
I never saw a screw head pivot like that before.
Yeah, here I got it pulled up. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. I found one. The Papagayo is what it's called. Yeah, they are Chinese made though, but they're an Italian company. Yeah, Italian company. And then you can just release it right there. So, but they come in like a rainbow of colors. They like red and purple and green, and you name it. They pretty much make it.
Very nice.
So this is Thrifty's first face reveal, right?
It is.
Yeah, well,
But no one mentioned that. I was like,
as far as the channel goes, yeah, it is.
We're using RJ's channel as an outlet.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm
And Brandon's
your
too. So. Oh, but he's probably been on a lot of other things, so who knows?
Yeah, that's true. I was nervous the first time I had to show my mug on screen, so it is kind of nerve wracking, but then you kind of get used to it. It's not so bad.
I think that was with JB, right?
It was with JB. It was right when he decided to do all of his face forward interviews. And then we'll get you, Tom.
Well, you were talking about Brandon inspiring you to toy with the knives just a little bit. And it's been something I've been doing for years, but I never took it serious. Something I want to do more, taking them apart, learning how to pin them back together and such. I just kind of started a series on this knife called This Old Knife. It's an old electrician's knife. And Tuesday morning, I got a video coming out. I soaked it in hot water and Dawn dishwashing liquid. And you'll just have to see what the results of doing that was. And then this morning, this blade was very proud. And so this morning for episode 2, which will come out in a few days or a week or whenever, I experimented with grinding the kick down on it. And it did work. So it went from being a knife that was too dangerous to hold because it was so proud to it does close now, and it's a safe knife again.
That's really cool, Tom.
Nice.
Is that an electrician's knife?
That's an electrician's knife, yep. This is an old Camillus, and you can see the solder in it, and it's missing the clevis. Like I said, the blade was really proud. I've got a bunch of other Camillus electrician's knives, so I thought this was a good knife just to use for experimentation on. Because if I ruin it, I'm not out anything. But we're going to see what kind of shape we can get this knife into.
Yeah, it's very cool. And it's another way that we can, expand our hobby, when
right.
looking for things to do besides just acquire the knives, which is really cool. Okay, anybody else want to go? You got something, Gary? You got something, Brandon?
I don't show. Actually, Gary, do you have something? I don't want to take the.
No, you can go ahead.
Go right ahead. Here,
I don't show a lot of modern, or actually, modern knives. But I recently got 2 Civivi knives. They had a sale on Amazon, so I got. Let's see if I can do this.
Nice.
A Civivi Elementum.
Yeah.
Right there, and
Very
then the Civivi Elementum button lock. These
nice.
two.
How
So
do you like that button lock?
I'm used to the Benchmade's Axis lock, so it's a little. You have to get used to it.
Right.
It's very, once you press the button, it's very swingy.
Yeah.
So you got to engage it. But I've seen a lot of YouTube videos on these, and people have been crazy about Civivi lately. And you get a pretty good bang for your buck.
Yeah.
I know they're pretty popular, and they're not new by any means, but they're new to me. And these are my latest knife purchases, and I was wondering what your guys' latest knife purchases were, traditional or not.
That's always a good topic.
Well, Brandon, I got the thin cut, which is very similar to that Elementum, and of course, the Civivi is same company that owns Syncut, so they're going to be pretty similar. So that button lock, yeah, it does take quite a bit of getting used to when you're first learning to try to close it, especially with the button. I have a hard time, getting my finger to let off and then get it to lock down. So it's a real fun little tinker knife, when you're first.
Very fidgety.
Yeah, Jersey Pete just showed up. I got to get you on this show, Pete. Look,
This is my favorite.
I can even get Mr. Barlow on here.
Butt lock, the conspirator.
What's going on, Pete? You staying out of trouble? Probably not.
Pete's always in trouble.
There's always some kind of drama.
He's you got to keep your eye on that guy.
Just kidding, Pete. We love you.
I'm gonna start. You know what? I nicknamed Jersey in the back of my head whenever I'm thinking about it, and he's probably gonna hate this, but I nicknamed him Captain Stabbing. But we're trying to keep it G-rated, so we'll go as far as that. But
What's up, guys? It's 10:30 in the morning here in Jersey. I got this knife. I know I've showed it to you before, but come on, fellas. A good knife is a good knife. Now, come on, guys. You gotta understand here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying here?
Yep. Hello,
Love you, Pete.
Illuminati
Love you, Pete.
Ninja. It's good to see you guys here.
oh goodness,
Yep.
that's why he doesn't come on, because he knows he's gonna get ribbed so hard.
Not really. This is
Oh yeah, he will.
This is a safe place, Pete. Come on.
The longer he waits, the more it's gonna happen.
That's
We're gonna keep coming after you, Pete, till you come on.
Yep, we
I'm
are.
scared.
I'm scared. Yeah, that RJ is pretty intimidating.
Yeah, you better believe it. So you wanted to talk about new knives, and I have a new modern. This is that Rosecraft Mohawk that came out, and I really like this knife, the spear point or harpoon point blade. It's really very cool. D2 steel, G10 scales. I did a little first look video of it, but yeah, I still like this one a lot. Definitely a hand filling knife. Really like it. I like what Rosecraft is doing. They've been pretty sweet. It's got thumb studs and a flipper tab. So you can go either way. Action is pretty good, not too bad. So that's my my contribution for new knives. So we'll go and see if anybody else has anything that's new.
I've just got the old stuff because that's what I pulled out. But
I
can
think
get
I
some.
showed this last week, but this is a knife that I picked up last week. It's the
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Keith K320.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with Hogue, it's made by Hogue, but it's made for SIG. Has a walnut inlay, and this is aluminum. They're normally FRN, I think, handles, but this is aluminum with a walnut inlay. It looks like an integral, but it's not. So since S30V still, it's a modern knife.
Yep.
Nice.
Very cool.
And I was going to show this up because you were showing the Elementum button lock. I have a Civivi button lock. It's called the Conspirator. I added this titanium milled clip because I didn't like the deep carry clip. I had to do a little bit of sanding on the bottom of the clip where it meets the wood because the screws are in the connection is in this backspacers, or not backspacers, the barrel spacers. So I had to sand it a little bit down to connect the screws. So
Very nice.
Okay.
Here's a fairly recent pickup.
Okay.
Brandon was asking earlier. It's the Civivi Backlash. And it's just a flipper style. And it's going to take some getting used to.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I really like Civivi. I've kind of held off on them. I don't know why, but they're really great knives from what I understand.
And that blade.
Zen is saying Merry Christmas to all of us nerds. And yeah, it's a little early yet, but Merry Christmas to you too. Sorry, John, but I just did want to address Christmas real quick because Christmas falls on a Sunday this year. I will not be having a Sunday show on that day. So, just so everyone can be aware.
Christmas is ruined.
Not really, but we'll do a New Year's show for sure.
Yeah, no worries.
And John, you can feel free to bring a beer that morning.
All right. But the blade on that just kind of reminded me of yours, RJ, the harpoon style blade for that Mohawk.
Yeah,
a little bit different, but I have another one's even probably closer in shape, but I really like that blade style. It's pretty neat.
I'll show that again here real quick, and then we'll get to you, Tom. I saw that you were holding a knife there, but yeah. So here's that. So you can really see that harpoon shape, and it's really cool because it gives you so much more blade stock up near the end. So you have a really nice bit of blade stock to hold on to. It's a really cool design. I like it, and also while Gary was talking, I had to get my Civivi Elementum out because everybody needs one. It's just the way it is. But somebody said that this is like, if you're only going to get one pocket knife ever for EDC, that this would do everything. And I can't really say that there's anything wrong with that argument. This one has ebony wood covers, so it's pretty nice. I must admit, I like it. It's very comfortable. It's just one of those modern classics, that's for sure. All right, now it's finally we'll get to you, Tom. Finally.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. No, that's fine. We got plenty of time here. This is the Buck Canoe, the 389. It is made in China, but they came out with burl wood covers this year, and the burl wood is stunning, very stunning.
That is nice. Because I have one of the Buck 389s, but it's the standard wood covers.
Right.
Yeah.
So they've come out with just the standard wood. Then they came out with the bone, and now they have the burl wood. Now I did do a video on this one because I'm pretty disappointed because there is some cracking in the wood. But
Saw
worse
your
than that,
video on that.
look at that middle back spring.
Yeah.
See how it's set down in there?
Yeah.
That's just unacceptable and pretty disappointed. I've never seen a slip joint period that was brand new that came something like that. Even
Yeah.
amongst your most budget knives. So this one's going back in. We're going to test the buck warranty on it.
Yeah, I think that would
But-
be good.
But other than that, this burl wood is beautiful. And I'm hoping this is just an anomaly here.
Yep, you're right, Dwayne. Everyone does seem to love the Mohawk. It's a good knife. I really like it. Hey, old fart. Good to see you too. And Zen, I just saw your comment calling me a Grinch already. Man, you can't ever have too much Christmas. Oh well.
Well, I got something in the mail, Tom, that you might be wanting to see.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So this was my Christmas present to myself. But
Awesome.
Just go ahead, RJ. It's going to take me a while to unbox it. But
Wow, Mimo, are you seriously? He says he figured it out. Mr. Barlow is the handsome Lord Farquaad, and the other four are Shrek, Fiona, Donkey, and Gingerbread Man.
Oh, my.
Man,
I definitely qualify as Shrek.
I've been called an ass before, so I'll take the donkey.
I think I'm the princess. Huh?
well, and I'll take the Gingerbread Man.
There you go.
You know, really know how to make a little girl happy.
That's right.
I thought you'd forgotten.
No, made me speechless.
I know.
Don't forget moments like that.
This is a harpoon shape too. That probably matches TK's harpoon.
Oh yeah.
More of a harpoon than the one I showed. But that Saxy is very similar to that.
That's right,
Saxy, like
Pete. It's tough in here today for sure. But we're all having a good time with it. That's all that matters.
I guess this could be considered a harpoon, but
yeah, I
kind of
think so.
Oh yeah, for
matches
sure.
more of the one you showed, RJ, because the harpoon is up front.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey Casey, nice to
This
have
is the
you here.
Artisan Cutlery Ahab. I like this knife because I like the
Mr.
wood
Barlow
scale.
needs a beard, Jersey says.
I know. I'm the last one standing. Clean
Well,
face,
it's
baby
okay.
face.
You're still a young guy. you have time.
Yeah, true. I have to earn the beard. I'm not there yet.
No, what you have to earn is the gray hairs that go in it.
Oh yeah. You don't want that.
I couldn't grow a beard until I turned 40. So maybe that's the case. You have to live a little longer or something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
there you go.
And
Okay.
by the time I could grow the beard, the beard was going partially gray.
Oh, looky there.
Ooh, pretty.
Nice.
There we go.
All right, so this is from the Buck Custom Shop, and it's not one you're going to find at Kmart. And it's got the elk scales, and added the pins and the brass bolsters.
Nice.
Of course, you can select, a lot of different things. And then really what sets this apart is the drop point blade.
Yeah.
You can get like the $60 version of this on their website that has just the regular scales. It's basically a regular 110 with the drop point. Did you have one of those, Brandon? I was thinking you got one of those.
Yeah, I had it. I showed it on my channel too. I like the drop point blade a lot.
Yeah, and then of course the blade steel's upgraded. This is the S3V 90. Oh, I always forget all these modern steels. S30V. There you go. So, yeah, this is my little present to myself here.
That's a nice present. Very nice.
It is.
And then I got the distressed sheath to go with it, which they don't sell. I don't know if they sell that individually. You probably have to buy that online as well.
I think those just come with the customs.
Do they? Okay.
I think, yeah.
Pretty nice.
Really nice. So
Really
that's
nice.
a suede leather? Yeah.
Suede feel to it. And then has some kind of special button too. I don't know. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. It's got the little anvil in the middle.
Nice.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat knife.
That is a beautiful knife. That really is. That's one
Merry Christmas to all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, RJ, I do have to make this point of order. As much as I wanted to see that knife, he's not following the rules. It's supposed to be small lockback today.
No.
15-yard penalty.
There's no rules.
Loss of down.
There's a flag on that plate.
Thanks for sharing that, TK. That's a gorgeous knife. Thanks.
I thought you liked
but with small lockbacks, this is called the Treasury, and it's just a beautiful little. It's got one of the nicest, smoothest actions to it. They don't make it anymore, but just a kind of a classy gentleman's knife. This is a buck Treasury, and then it came in with this like velvet pocket swip, and here's the old box for it. So just a classy little knife. What a wonderful little lockback.
That is a nice one. That's for sure. Okay. So let's see. For small lockbacks, one of the ones that I wanted to show for sure is this one that came to me by way of John. And do you remember this little Rough Rider Mustang? That was a really cool knife that TK sent to me. And I really enjoy this one because this reminds me of something that my grandfather would have carried, a knife like this. He always had little small all metal lockbacks like this, especially if they had something fancy in the covers. He definitely liked little knives like these. So it was a very cool thing that he gifted me one time, and I still carry it and appreciate it, John.
Yeah.
It's a cool little Rough Rider, one of the older ones with the script on the tank stamp. So very, very nice.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, if you remember, RJ was really sick with COVID, and
yes,
he had it pretty bad. So I was a little something to try to cheer him up. But I have your twin right here.
Oh, very nice.
So
Herbie Creek Outfits asking if anyone has a Schrade Uncle Henry LB5. I do not.
I have one, yes.
Yeah, I do not have one.
I can grab one if you want. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and grab that, John. Although I do have some stuff from Uncle Henry. They reached out to me and they sent me some knives to review. And one of them is here. I'll bring this up. And one of them is the Bruin, the 5UH, which is it's a medium-sized lockback. But look at the Stag-Alon covers. This is the next gen Stag-Alon that they did, or Stag-Alon. It's got their shield. These are all 7CR 17, but really handy knives, really good stuff. Thank you, Pete. Thank you for the super sticker. That's nice. So yeah, this is a very handy knife. I know that Pete loves the little number 5 old timer, and this is it's twin in the Uncle Henry line. So all right, let me get out of here. And are you ready, John, with yours?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Okay.
Well, hang on. I'll
Sure.
go ahead, RJ. I got to unwrap it. I don't want to make a bunch of noise.
And real quick, then RJ, Jersey Knife Guy just sent you
I saw that super sticker. Thank you very much, Pete. I appreciate it very much. That is awesome. Thank you so much. So
You got to get a bell or something.
I guess I do. Yeah, that bell that, if you heard it, came across my computer was about Tobias releasing a video. So
Is that what that was? Okay.
Yeah. We appreciate you too, Pete. I love having you be in the chat, and I know you like these shows. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Shake.
Oh, there we go. I'll have to have you be the official bell ringer, Gary.
Yeah, I don't have anything to.
Okay, here we go.
So the LB5 comes with this little sheath here, and then I think it's kind of extraneous. It's really too small a knife to worry about. It's only like 3 3/4 inches, but it comes with like the laminated wood, the pack of wood, what have you. And yeah, it's like 3 3/4 inches long, so it's very manageable in the pocket, and it's a good alternative to maybe a smaller buck. And nothing beats a buck, but if you want something, in a lockback anyway, you certainly can't beat a buck. But
no,
it's pretty good. It's not bad, and this comes with the 7CR17. And these are Chinese made, the new ones. Now you can get the older ones on, secondary market, and those are made in the USA. But this one's just a little Chinese made one. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely a traditional kind of a knife, that's for sure. Did you have something you wanted to show there, Gary? Is that your Groman on the table?
Oh yeah, I was just thinking that I don't know if this is considered a small lockback. It's probably a medium-sized lockback, but I don't have too many lockbacks in a traditional knife. So I always have this in my drawer next to my computer. This is
that's a cool knife.
I always like this because of the blade, primarily this is a clip point that I've never seen before other than this knife. I don't know, it's pretty weird where it rises up and then dips into a clip point. Does anybody make this type of clip point besides Groman?
not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's just like all the blades, a lot of people modify them, so it's kind of a modified clip point. So, and there's a lot of different modified clip points, but I don't remember seeing one quite like that.
That's like one on my list there, Gary.
Persian
the Groman.
It looks like Persian a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It does look like a Persian clip, which is kind of cool. John, probably you can answer this question better. Matthew in the chat, he wanted to know if the LB5 is close in size to a buck 112, or is it smaller than a 112? I think it's
Uh,
smaller, but since I don't
it's
have
smaller.
one,
It's
yeah.
smaller by about a quarter inch.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So, anybody else got anything? Real
I've got more lockbacks if you want to see them.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, hey, Byron, if you got to go, yeah, thanks for coming to hang out, and we appreciate you. We'll see you on next Sunday.
This is the small buck alumni,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this is in the gold, and I have all 4 colors of them. That was in the gold, and that is in the black, and then you have the gray or silver, and then you have the blue. Now, I don't believe they're not making these anymore. They're out of production, but I think you can still find them in some retail stores or maybe some of the outlets online. They might still have some in stock. But yeah, this was a anodized aluminum handles. Very nice little knives. Very nice little knives. Just another small lockback.
Can we see the profile on that on the side? Just want to see how thin that is.
Pretty thin.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it slips. It's almost like a little 5th pocket knife.
Yeah, that's what's cool about knives like that is that they are just so small. Excuse me. And they just kind of disappear in your pocket.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of guys that just want a little knife, something like this, just to cut a piece of string or cut a piece of tape or something. They don't want a big knife, and little knives like this, or if you're wearing a suit or nice slacks, and you know how the pants pockets are pretty thin and everything. A little thing like this down in those thin pockets, it's not going to tear it up and feel heavy or bulge out or anything like that. So that's what these knives are good for. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Brandon, you had a question about keychain carry?
Oh, yes. I was just wondering what everybody was carrying on their keychains, if you carry any knives on your keychains, like on a key ring.
Well, I certainly do. I went and grabbed my keys real quick just so I could show them to you. Let me get them here. So on my keys every day, I carry this little Olight flashlight. As you can see, it's all beat up. And then I have one of those titanium toothpick guys that these are handy for various things. And here's the little end of it. So this screws into the body, or you can put it together in case a game of darts breaks out. You're ready. Also, it was funny. So over at my daughter's house, and she put out like an hors d'oeuvre tray. And I said, "Oh, I got just the thing." I pulled that out and stabbed one of the things. They're like, "What are you doing?" But it was fun. But I carry an SD Classic every day. I just like these blue translucent guys, and I have this with me every day. That's so I can truly say that is my true everyday carry. That those things go with me everywhere I go. So
nice.
Let's see. Yep, even Zen says the Victorinox Classic SD. Gary's got his keys out. Let's take a look.
Yeah, this is the classic SD, and I lost the toothpick one day, and I don't know how I lost it, but I found it on the mat in my truck, the bottom mat on my truck, and I was very happy because I don't know where you can probably replace these, but
yeah,
I didn't know at the time, and I'm like, it was lost for about a week, and I'm like, I don't know how it came out because it's very hard to get out, but for some reason it fell out, and I still have I use these tweezers a lot. For some reason, when I'm modding knives or I'm bronzing screws and stuff, I'll use these weird little tweezers to pluck the screws out of the heat.
Oh yeah.
I have big tweezers, but for some reason, I'll just use these.
Probably just because they're handy.
Yeah, and my keys are always around. It's always on my desk, and the tweezers are in a box. So,
right.
I used to carry this little flashlight on my keys too.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Tiny.
So
Tiny.
I think I had to get some car repairs, and it fell off, and I haven't attached it. I usually carry this light on my key ring, and
Yeah.
then the only other knife that I have is like a key ring knife. Is the knife that I showed you. This is the Ontario Knife Company Traveler. So
Yeah, those are cool little knives.
and it's just a slip joint, but it's very sharp, and it came very sharp. And
Oh, good morning, JB.
I had like 7 of them, but I gave them all away except for this one.
Yeah, that's a very cool knife. I like that one. I'm gonna have to try to get one of those. I think.
I mean, it's I think they're $9 or something like that. It's very cheap.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I like this little flashlight.
Yeah, that is a cool flash.
I mean, I carry two full size, or not bigger. I kind of like this flashlight. I carry those, this one and this one every day, but I have this little one.
Yeah,
just for the hell of it.
those are really good. Are you ready, Tom? You got something?
Oh, I am.
Okay.
I'm ready to kill 3 stones with 1 bird.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. So first off, I don't carry a knife on my keychain because it's too full of keys. But this is kind of an old keychain knife, a vintage one, or watch fob knife. So there's 1 stone I killed. The second one, talking about modding knives, the cover material came out of these. So I cut up some Christmas ribbon, a green Christmas ribbon, and glued it down in there, and then filled it in with some I don't know, it was a water-based type, not hodgepodge or Mod Podge or whatever that stuff is, but something similar to that. So it kind of came out pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
And then Tom wanted to see my Grizz Skinner. So this is my Grizzly Skinner also. Let me tell you, you got to be pretty talented to take on a grizzly with this. But that's what we do here at Knife Delights. We accept all challenges.
There you go. And you know, that Grizz Skinner works because I don't think there's been a sighting of a Grizz in Iowa for decades, hasn't there?
I've got them all done. I've got them all done. That's correct.
There you go. Very good. That was awesome.
Got a couple of little things here if you want to see.
Yeah.
This is a neat little San Renmu piece that was made for Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And it's got the little keychain on it. This is just a tiny little blade, but super razor sharp.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And if you look close enough, you can see the it says Rough Rider on there. So they made it for Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I think it was some kind of promotion that they had way back when, where, you know, it's probably given away for certain thing, maybe like a certain dollar amount. But also wanted to give a shout out to J.O. Ventures. Been carrying this guy with the little leather fob he made for me and put that on my slip there as a pull.
Very nice.
Shout out to J.O. Ventures for that. Just small slip. And all my little lockbacks like this Mustang can fit in there really good.
Yeah.
So you can see that Mustang in there.
Very nice.
Very nice, J.O. Thank you.
I'll have to let Tom address that comment. I'm not even gonna touch that. And John from JO Ventures is here. So yeah, awesome. Glad he's here. All right. So who's next? What do you got? Anything, Mr. Barlow? You want to show us what you carry on your key ring?
Yeah, I used to carry the Schrade LB1. It was like a older USA made one, but the backspring broke randomly, so I was pretty bummed about that. But recently, SMKW had a promotion where they gave out these little Kershaw cinders if you spent like $75.
Oh, nice.
And I've seen these before, but never really appealed to me. Basically, it has a bottle or cap lifter, and then this little tiny blade, and you can open it with one hand, which is kind of cool, like that. And it's a liner lock, so it locks. It's a cool little knife. It's plastic, nothing too crazy, Chinese made. I did also have a SD Classic, but my girlfriend stole that one, so I don't have that anymore. But yeah, I think it's a really good knife, and it's pretty inexpensive. They go for like 10 or 15 bucks, and they come in copper or plastic, and nice little knife.
Yeah, Casey from Knives Fast says Mr. Barlow is a great name. He likes that. And Mimo says that's a Hinderer design. That
Oh yes,
knife.
Yeah, it says it on the blade, I believe. Yeah, Hinderer design. Thanks for pointing that out, Mimo.
Yeah, right on. Cool, very cool. Yeah, those are cool little knives. Oh, and Tom, you got your
Yep, there it is.
Yep.
That's from John there at JO Ventures Outdoors. Does wonderful leather work. My only problem is, John, we're going to have to do a modification because my grizzly skinner just won't fit on this. So we'll have to figure out something here. But thank you so much, John. Hey, everybody, check out JO Ventures Outdoors. He has great stuff there.
Absolutely. And Tom, you ought to just make that into a neck knife, because you never know when a grizz might show up. You know,
absolutely.
They just got out of the woods.
Every now and then we do have a moose wander down from Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
But no grizzlies.
Very interesting. What do you got there, Gary, on your desk?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I have an actual keychain knife because I made this keychain, but I think this came, the rope came with the paracord came with this, but I had to add a, what do you call that? I don't know, the loop. But this is a kind of a weird keychain knife because it has a D2 blade. It's called the Night Claw by O Knife. And it has a little button in there, the center, so you could close it and it locks. It's an ultimate keychain knife, right? It's very sharp. It's very sharp. You can just let it fall out, but I try to shake it out.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I just was practicing my ability to tie a paracord knots. So I added a little snake knots, but I added on the end, I added, I think this is a snake knot too, but it's a reverse snake knot to attach this loop. So, keychain. And we were talking about modifications of knives earlier. And I often modify knives more modern. I don't deal with traditional knives, but I did this one. I tend to give them all away. So, but I noticed I had one left on my table. I always dye the scales, bronze the hardware, and I acid etch and stone wash the blades. And you can probably see a pattern on there.
Yes.
This is one that I tried to put my LR on there. I don't know if you can see it.
It is. It's showing up.
Yeah. but this is just a cheap F and Grow knife. Have you heard of F and Grow? It's
Yes.
yeah, they sell on Amazon, and this is a double detent knife, so it has no locking mechanism other than two ball bearings on either side. And then I haven't. I was going to give this away, but I was probably going to redo the clip. I'm going to make it more like the blade, acid etch the blade, and rather than bronze. So
Yeah. Yeah, because I know when you modified your Finch harvester and you bronzed all the hardware on that, that looked so killer. I mean I think that's probably your best mod of all, or at least the one I enjoy the most. I really think that's really good.
Did you ever see my mods during the 777 giveaway? I mod 2 knives, and then I gave them both away. And
is that the one that you colored the scales, I think?
Yeah, and then I acid etched the blades and stone washed the blades. And I don't know if I remember doing the hardware, the screws, but I did the liners too. So, and it came out nice. I should have kept them, but I just, it was prizes. I don't like to keep my experiments. I just like to give them away or something.
And even Zen is saying, "Let's see the Finch, Wastelander." So let's get that one out of here.
I'll have to go get it. I mean, it's
okay.
It's not that different. It's just I just bronzed the hardware and that's it.
I know, but it looks good. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
Okay, we'll let you go get that. We'll. Anybody else got anything to show real quick? If not, I'll grab something. Tom, you're muted. TK, you're muted.
Well, real quick, John, you want to go ahead? Go ahead, John. Go.
Okay. We got this Copperstone series Rough Rider. And it's kind of neat. It's got the rose titanium blade on it. It's coated blade. It's tough to see in this light. Apologize for that. But yeah, rose titanium coated blade. There you can see it a little better. And got the copper or the stone style handle. It's just a synthetic stone on it with the copper.
That looks nice.
Got a really unique blade shape with that open style nail nick.
Yes.
And yeah, that's one of my favorite little lockbacks.
Right
and,
on.
We got the Boker Jewel. Recently reviewed that not too long ago, maybe about 3 months ago.
Yeah, I brought mine to let you look at that one too. I think it's the same one.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, nice little Boker design.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little knife.
Drop point blades, just gorgeous on it. Very sleek looking, very gentlemanly type knife.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's just got like the rosewood style handles on them.
Yes.
And earlier Brandon was mentioning he had a LB1, right? And they don't make that knife anymore. Uncle Henry discontinued that knife. Now you can still, find it on the secondary market, but they're pretty pricey. But there's a decent substitute. This is the LB3, little size up from that, and it's very much like the LB5, just smaller scale. So you have the pack of wood style or the laminate style wood, rosewood. Pretty
yes. I'm sorry, Patty. I'm going to send you invite so you can join in for sure. Let me do that.
Papa Bear coming in.
Yep. Let me get.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Let me get Tom going here because he was
just real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, just another pretty famous small lockback. This is the Buck 55. Named so because it's 1/2 the size of a Buck 110, and this one has the walnut covers. Just a very nice little knife. So, okay, Gary, are you ready?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
let
right
me
ahead.
let me get
So
all
this is the one RJ was talking about. I mean, it's just I don't know if it shows up, but I just bronzed the pivot, the hardware, and the barrel spacers. I don't know if you can tell they're not steel looking; they're bronzed lightly. This is the Harvester by Finch.
Is that a pretty easy process, Gary? You're doing the actual bronzing of the material?
Yeah, I did it. The heat bronzing on my stove, and I used a measuring cup, a metal measuring cup, and I placed the hardware in the measuring cup, and I did the screws at the same time, and then I later did the pivot because the bronzing process was different. Like it was a different time for each, so I had to do them separately. But all the screws, they're all bronze. And I was experimenting. I didn't have a blowtorch or anything, but I had an electric stove. So I put them all in a measuring cup, and I used the coils on the stove to heat them up, and I just eyeballed them. And then when they turned a nice color bronze, and I emptied them in Windex. I read somewhere where you use Windex to cool the screws, they turn out nice. So I don't know if that is true, but I read it somewhere. You can. I just wanted to do something different because I'm not ever going to get rid of this knife because this is one of my favorite knives.
Hello, Patty.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you doing? It's nice to see you. Oh, there's new faces. Mr. Paul, lovely to meet you. And TK,
Hey, Patty.
nice to meet you. I'm excited.
I've never known you to be excited, Patty.
I keep it very quiet underneath.
I know. You're usually very quiet and well reserved.
I enjoy the company of fellow knife nuts.
Oh yeah, this is a safe space for knife nuts and knife nerds and anything else you want to have. We're there.
I've actually come on for a reason because I follow this channel every week. I've got some good news for the new year. Well, I hope it's good news. I've got myself all new equipment, and I'm going to be doing more lives. What I want to do is interview nights with new channels, with people that sort of maybe are just starting out in the journey. And we're going to do little interview sessions, bring you on for 15, 20 minutes and just chat about, with different new channels. So I'll be asking all of you in the new year if you'd like to come on. I would love to promote your channels.
Absolutely.
You're doing the same exact thing, Patty. I had already planned to do the very, very same thing. So we can both do a swap over.
Yep, that's definitely. Right. We'll just keep passing people back and forward until they're sick of us.
That's a great idea to both of you.
To me, honestly, people that like slip joints and, well, a variety of knives, not just slip joints, that's the people I feel comfortable with, not just one genre for, one channel.
Right.
So yous are all pretty good.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Papa Bear. We appreciate that. If we got your stamp of approval, we must be doing something right.
Well, you're my favorite foreigners. Let's put it like that.
Well said. Well said. That's what they say about us is that we're what is it they say that we're people that's separated by a common language.
Yeah. I had Swiss Army Grizz on this week, and that's what gave me the idea because it was just so nice to talk to somebody who just likes knives.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
I have a question for John. Oh, sorry.
Go right ahead.
Your background, are those all knives in those little cubbies?
No, you would think so, but you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
It's going to be boring, but all right. You may not even know what it is. You see that?
Those light bulbs?
Those are fuses.
Oh,
Right.
No,
Or a capacitor.
they're electrolytic capacitors.
Yeah.
I do a repair work, and I have to have all these.
oh. I thought for sure those were knives.
No, but they would be a pretty decent knife, storage system.
Yeah. How do you store your knives, John? Or most of them?
Most of them. Let me grab something real quick. Most of them I have in these little folders. These each hold like 24 knives. They just snap close. And then I just got them broken up by like the pattern. So this is all my, fish style knives, fisherman's knives, that sort of thing.
Really nice.
Nice.
Where'd you get that, John?
These are Chicago Knife Works.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty cheap. They're like $6. They're not very much.
Nice.
I wanted something affordable right off because I knew I was probably keep adding more and more. So, yeah, like $6, I think. And I probably got like, I don't know, 20 of them.
I don't think I've ever seen them ones. They're really nice looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
They
is
do a
nice.
pretty decent job.
Well, here I thought I would share my little Boker jewel that just like John had. So I think this is the same covers that you have,
Yeah,
John.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a really nice little gentleman lockback.
Just
really
I like
classy.
how elegant it is. It's just a really
Yes.
elegant knife.
It is. It really is. It's got the little Boker. I think this is the Magnum series.
Yeah, Magnums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boker Magnum. Just really super nice little knife. So here, I'll get out of here and quit hogging the stage, and let's see who's next.
I have a question.
Sure.
What do you guys think of Congress knives? Because I feel like they are underappreciated. If you guys have any, or if you like them, here's a Rough Rider in the Stoneworks series. I've been using these to whittle. I've been starting to get into whittling wood, and I really like them. I like the pattern. What do you guys think of them?
That's
I
the
do
big
not-
boy there, right? That's like the 4-inch length.
No, this is the 3.5. It's a smaller one.
Is it 3.5? Okay.
Yeah, here is a larger one. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, just a little smaller.
Yeah. I agree with you. It's underappreciated big time. Definitely not a knife that I've really explored enough. And just recently picked up this old timer. This is the Workmate 44 OT. And this one actually has 4 different types of blades on it, which I thought was really neat. It's like I've never had a knife with 4 blades that were all unique. So it's kind of like a really good tool for teaching people what different blade shapes look like.
Oh yeah.
So you got the clip and the sheep's foot. God, I can't.
Yes.
And little coping blade here, or Warncliffe, you want to call it. And then your spade blade over here. So really cool. Little 44 OT. But yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely a pattern that is underappreciated.
I want to address KC. He had a comment about the QSP Hedgehog. I guess there's one coming out in jigged titanium. There's a pre-order for it. I did get to handle one of the hedgehogs that was in the pass around group, and I really liked it a lot. I think that those are an awesome slip joint if you have one.
Those
You
are
have
really
a-
good value. Really good value for what you get.
I think so too. You got a Congress there, Tom?
Yeah, I showed you my bear skinner, so I'll show you my moose skinner.
Okay.
This really huge Congress here. This is the little Rough Rider Congress. So it's got like what's it got? 2 sheep's foot, one little pen blade, and another little blade over here. More of a coping blade there. So just kind of a miniature Congress, but just to answer Brandon, it's a pattern that I need to explore more. This is the only one I've got, but I would like to get some more in the future because it's a pretty neat pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
Zen says if you're interested in carving, check out Doug Linker. So definitely, if there's a link to that Mimo, if you could throw that up, that'd be awesome. But I have one I wanted to show. It's not a Congress, but
Patty's got something to do there, RJ.
that Patty is here. I got this for my birthday from my daughter, and it's a little hen and rooster carving. And look at that stag that's on there.
Beautiful knife. Very
Yeah.
envious. That is a lovely knife. That's
It is.
the Whittler. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes, I mean it's got this
Beautiful.
really nice Warncliffe blade, and then it has the 2 blades. The let's see, this is your pin blade, and then the other one is a coping blade. But I knew this one was right up your alley, and I wanted to
Beautiful.
definitely show this one to you. I'm so proud of this knife. It's so beautiful.
You should be. That is a gorgeous gift. Really beautiful.
It is. I was so jealous because my daughter, her in-laws moved to Tennessee, and so they went to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and they picked that up while they were there. And
Isn't that lovely?
yeah, I was very happy with that. It's an awesome gift. Go ahead. Do you have one?
It's the only one I've got as well. I bought this to do whittling with, and this is just a little Rough Rider, but I can't remember what the make of it is. Look at the back on that.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll work, yeah.
Isn't that's a Rough Rider? It cost about £15 it cost. It's beautiful. And it's got the same on the reverse side. You've got that abalone on the reverse side and pearl. And they're still for sale, I believe. Rough Rider still make this one. But there's a whole series of them with that filed back, which I think is lovely.
It is. Oh, Gizmo is here. Hi, Gizmo.
Hello.
He has a question for the panel, and we'll just kind of go round robin with this one. He wants to know, what are the important choices that you consider when buying a knife? So I'll let anybody take that wants to go first.
Whoa.
Well, I think one big consideration for me is the pull. It's got to have a good pull on it. If it's going to be a knife that's not locking or have any kind of liner lock or any other locking mechanism, that's a consideration for sure for me. And also, I would say the knife has to meet the need. So always buying for what it is you're going to use it for. That would be my main 2 things that I look for.
Cool. I feel like a cheapskate. I think a knife like your Love Life, it's got to look good first.
Right.
Just have to look good.
Yeah.
I like Blaze's comment. He says it depends on whether his wife will find out or not.
Yeah. There's lots of considerations.
Exactly. Well, I mean, price is a consideration, but then how it looks, and then what you want to use the knife for. Is it something that you're, getting for, say, a sub collection? So you're looking for a very specific type of knife, or are you looking for, just in general, just something to do a certain job or whatever? But yeah, it's kind of like Steven said, whatever catches your eye, that's what you're going to go for.
Yep.
So that's absolutely true.
I guess I'd kind of answer it along the lines you did there, RJ. as a collector, one of the things I'm looking for is it a buck knife. I mean, I'm trying to fill out a buck knife collection, so
Right.
the brand is a consideration and price. As I'm trying to fill out and learn more about more traditional slip joints and the different companies, if I'm in an antique store, I have different considerations when I'm considering buying one.
That's true.
And then on the third plane there would be, is this a knife that I'm buying to go out and use? So yes, it would have to meet, job specific requirements. So there's 3 different ways of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here, just to let me I know I'm butting in here, but
No.
here's one. There's my book, my big book. This it. I can't remember what the number is. It's 278,
Mm-hmm.
and this is with
Yeah.
I see you've got one on your channel that doesn't have the gut hook. Do you have this one?
I have I think it's the 279. Yeah, I have the 279, and I have 2 of these. It does not, neither one of them have the gut hook, however.
Well, I'll say if you send me your address, I'll send you this one over because I'm not using it anymore. I bought it years ago, and I don't use it. And you're a buck man, so I'd love to send it to you.
Oh my goodness, that's very generous. Very generous.
There's a wee case that will go with it.
Yep, and they're very, very similar. That's
Fantastic. I used it when I was fishing.
Sure. So yeah, the 278 I think is just slightly smaller than this one, but they're fantastic knives.
This one has use on it, so it's not coming perfect.
No, it doesn't have to be. A knife does not have to be perfect. That's not one of my considerations. I like the character in a lot of knives too. So knowing it's been used and knowing it's been used by you.
Yes, I was going to say that adds a certain provenance to it. That
Absolutely
came from Patty for sure.
No problem. It would be my pleasure.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Definitely. Mimo says that's some DSKFS. Do something kind for someone. That's absolutely.
I'll tell everybody. Well, with everybody as we've met each other and got to know each other better. I never thought that I would be able to befriend someone from across the shuck, as Patty says. The internet does wonderful things, and it can have some terrible consequences, but it can have some great outcomes also. And this is one of them, making such great friends. And so thank you so much, Patty. I'd love to come visit Ireland and visit you someday. I know
hang on a minute. No, we're not that close yet.
No. I can pop in for a tea. But
you can have a cup of tea and a bun.
But I know I got some Irish in me, some Irish ancestry, and so I've always wanted to come to Ireland anyway. So
you're more than welcome.
All right.
Just watch out because he's a ex sailor there, Stephen. So keep an eye
Stephen,
on.
he can hold his own.
Oh my! 12-year vet. I've been in the barrel.
That's right. Anchors away, Stephen.
Yeah.
Do you know, Mr. Barlow? Are you going to stay on here long?
Maybe like 15 more minutes.
Oh, thank God for that. I'm not used to speaking to good-looking people on knife channels. He likes knives. No. The sailor's dream.
He brings class to this. He sure does.
I'm the rookie, so.
Hey, we're all rookies.
Yeah.
Gizmo has another great question. Did you ever buy a knife and wonder what made the design so popular?
Yes. The Para 2.
Yeah. Do you have one to show?
No, I sold it. I gave it away. I hated it. I didn't like it at all.
I got a question for Brandon.
Hey, what's up?
So I think a lot of the reason that I like to watch your channel is to get the perspective from someone a little younger. And you were talking about how there's none of your friends that are interested in these traditional knives and all that sort of thing. Just curious if you've turned anyone on to the knives that are younger, and has your channel, you think, had an effect on maybe some of the younger crowd?
I mean, everybody close to me still thinks I'm weird for having over like 100 knives. So I haven't converted anybody to knifeism yet, but I'm still trying. Yeah, I mean, when I look at my analytics on YouTube, most of my audience is like 50 and over, like 95%. So I don't think I'm really reaching the younger crowd, and I don't even know if a lot of people know that I'm a little younger. But I mean, I got into traditional knives. It started with the Buck 110. With I got it back in like 2013, and it just kind of progressed from there. And watching channels like actually everybody here, especially TK and Patty and Tobias. Those are the people that really inspired me to get into traditionals. And I know TK, you're a big style belly guy, and I remember your first video that you posted.
Yeah.
So, and it's just grown on me ever since. I love traditional knives. I love the history too. I'm a history buff, and they go back, especially the Congress knife, and there's a lot of history, and I love it. You know,
Have you got the Levens guide yet?
what is that?
I'll show you now. I've got one up here. Levine's, sorry, I called it Levens. Levine's. You get them. The Levine's guide. If you could ever get one, I got this from the second-hand market. It cost me about £20, but it is just full of history. Fantastic book. And it doesn't matter what year you get or what edition, they're just fantastic if you can get them.
Yeah, I've seen those. I never actually purchased one though. I'll have to look into that.
Gives you all the history about the knives, stacks of different pocket knives and fixed blades. It breaks it all down and who sort of started it and why the pattern was invented. It's great.
Yeah, I need to get one of those books, and then I may actually have something good to say on my channel.
Oh, God.
This is
Say, RJ.
Yes, sir.
I was just going to say, Revolving Blades has a question. Do you have a knife you didn't like at first and then became one of your favorites?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Knife I didn't like, and then it became one of my favorites. That one's tough. I'd have to actually go look at my knife collection, I think, a little more and see. Because I'm sure there is one at least, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
I can find one that kind of meets that criteria, and that's the old trade here, the Golden Spike. I did not like it at first. I did not like the finger grooves in it. It didn't seem like it matched my hand good. So I just kind of set this knife aside and thought, well, that wasn't a well-advised purchase. But as I've held it and worked with it some, I've grown to like it. I won't say it's my favorite, but I've grown to like it and appreciate it. So that's one little sample I guess I would have.
Oh, that's cool.
I think trappers have grown on me a lot from you, RJ.
Yes.
I know you're a big trapper fan and you swear by it, and I know you're probably the minority because a lot of people don't like trappers. But over the past couple months, I mean, I feel like the trapper has grown on me a lot. This is just a case trapper that is loved by many and hated by a lot. But
go ahead.
No, just all thanks to you, RJ. You've been turning me on to trappers lately.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I would say that the trapper pattern, to tell you the truth, was not one that I started out to collect or to become my favorite. I really started more towards canoes, copperheads, and stockmen. But then I got a hold of a trapper, and I thought it was okay, but then I really did start using it a lot more, and then I started to carry one a lot more, and then it did become really a favorite. In fact, I have a new trapper that I got from Uncle Henry. They were nice enough to send out some knives for me to check out, and so this is a full size trapper in their new Staglon series, their next gen Staglon covers. So it's just the plastic look-alike stuff, but you got a really nice clip point here. There's the number on it. This is the 285 UH, and then of course the blade everyone loves to hate, which is the Spey. But this Spey, as you can see, is not as bad. It's got more belly on it than a lot of them, and it kind of comes up more towards the tip. So actually, I think this will be a very nice slicer. I just got this just the other day, so I haven't really done much with it, but I think it's going to work out really well.
Was it the bullet pattern?
Yeah, this is from, I got this one specifically because it was from the year I got sober, 1989. And I got this one from a dealer in the UK. And I think that is the nicest Spey blade. I love a Spey blade.
Yes, that is
But
a nice
this, I mean, this knife is huge. I mean, it really is. But
Yep.
look at that Spey blade. That is just gorgeous.
It is. That's a really nice bullet knife.
And it's wood. It's solid wood. It's a dark wood, but I'm not sure what it is even. I haven't really researched it, but absolutely beautiful knife.
Yes.
Cardboard slayer. That Spey blade is a cardboard slayer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've actually got a custom being made by my favorite custom maker here in the UK, and he's making me a single bladed Spey blade.
Oh, so, is that right?
Yeah, it'll be coming next year sometime. So really looking forward to that.
From Ashley Harrison?
Yeah.
He makes such great knives. I love it.
I think I'm becoming a fanboy. He just is he's such a nice fella. I don't know whether you ever seen the podcast we done with him.
I saw part of it. I didn't finish that one.
We interviewed him, and we've got his father coming next year in January. Hopefully his father's going to be on the podcast. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, that'll be a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Hello, KJ and Todd Carr and Maddie and all kinds of guys in here. OTIP, everybody. Glad to see you're all here. Yes, the Kirby Creek outfit says the Spey on the Panama Trapper is fantastic. I would love to get a Panama Trapper. That's one I'm definitely hoping to get this next year.
What's the difference in a Panama Trapper?
It's larger. It's a larger size trapper. The standard is like 4 1/8, and I forget exactly how big that it's larger than that. I don't know if it goes all the way to 5 or not. Tom actually has one. Tom from Knife Delight. So when he comes back, we'll ask him.
I'm not sure what size that bullet one is.
Oh, did you have one, TK?
Yeah, this is, I forget what they've called it. I'd have to look up the name that Marbles gave it, but this is that really large trapper. And I'll look it up and then come back to me. I'll look it up.
Okay.
God, that's a big knife if it's 5 inches. God, this one's 4 1/2, and I think it's massive.
Yeah, it is. Here's Tom. We can ask him. Tom, on the Panama Trapper, what's the size on that frame? Because the standard's 4 1/8, but I know the Panama is larger, right?
Well, let me dig it out, and I'll get back to you here in just a minute.
Okay.
Mill about smartly, talk amongst yourselves.
Hurry up and take your time.
That's what we do. What have you got there, Gary? You can distract us. You're the only guy with a knife in your hand right now.
I was going off the question that was asked. I was looking around my table and trying to find a knife that I initially didn't like, but I learned to love it. would be the QSP Gannett, because it's only a top flipper.
I think you've got your phone on, Gary, have you?
What?
Have you got your phone on beside you?
No, I mean, I'm filming through my phone.
All right. I don't know whether anybody else is getting very distorted here. I can't make them out.
Do you hear echo now?
Little bit, but not as bad.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, because I have my iPad on. Maybe that's come from the iPad.
Yeah, it could be.
Let me turn the iPad off and see.
But sorry, mate. Don't worry. It's not too bad now.
Do you hear echo now?
No.
Okay, that's probably feedback from the iPad. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you sound better. I
Okay.
didn't get an echo, but you sound clearer now.
Okay, that's probably the iPad. Anyway, well, this is a knife that I didn't purchase. So let me clarify that. I usually buy knives that I like anyway, so I don't really buy knives and speculate if I'm going to buy or like them or not. But this was a Apex pass around knife, and I reviewed it, and at the end I won it. So I think I gave it a good review, but it was during a time that I was not a fan of top flippers when I reviewed it, because this is the only method that you can use to open it, unless you use two hands and just do something like that. But you just have to learn how to top flip it and open it. But I like this knife now a lot. So anyway, that's was a question that was asked a long time ago, but I was looking around me and like, what was the knife that I hated once, and then I now love it, and this would be it. So sorry, it's not a traditional.
It's okay. Nobody said it had to be a traditional.
Is Mr. Barlow going to go away, Brandon? You said you were leaving.
Yeah, I have to head out right now. Sorry, guys.
I was going to show this case fixed blade, or the Case Winkler knives fixed blade before you leave, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let me jack up that. So we were talking about fixed blades. I think we were talking about case fixed blades last week, maybe. I don't know.
I think it was last.
So, and I said, oh, I have a case fixed blade, and
Ooh, that's nice.
Yes.
this is it's called the ham bone, the Case Winkler ham bone. It was designed by, well, it's co-designed by Clint Romisha. He's a Medal of Honor winner. I think if you've ever seen I think the movie called The Outpost, I think that was he was the main character in that movie.
Wow, it's a fantastic movie, that.
And it has a case patch in there, but you can see it has a case on the the sheath, but I don't know if Case made it. I think Winkler probably made the knife. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool knife. It's it's kind of like a little like a Persian, but it's I don't know what you call it. Has case on the blade, and the Winkler knives on it's just a really nice fixed blade. This is a curly maple.
That is stunning.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I haven't cut anything with this, because I primarily bought this for like a collector's piece. I have another Winkler knife that I abused, but I haven't abused this. So, and I keep it in the sheath, so it's probably there's some kind of a soft cloth, maybe. I don't know what they put down there. It's sort of like making it the white, but I can bring it back with oil. So
That's a beautiful knife. That's for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Love
don't
the
know
belly
if
on it.
I don't know if this will become a rarity because I don't think you could get it anymore on the Case website, but I really don't care about rarity, or I just love the knife. I just when I watched a video, is my iPad's not on, so I keep hearing feedback, but my iPad's not on. Anyway, I watched there's a video out there on YouTube where he demos the knife, and I saw that first, and then I'm like, oh, I had to have this knife.
I fixed the blade stock. Oh gosh,
and
yeah.
and each star represents a member of his team that he lost. I think there's 8 stars. So
Wow. That's quite poignant, isn't it?
yeah,
Would you call that a trailing point? Trailing point edge, I guess.
Definitely, yeah. Trailing point.
yeah, trailing point, but it curves up at the end.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful, beautiful knife.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's one of my favorites in my fixed blade collection. And like I said, I don't abuse this knife. I've never. I probably cut paper and maybe a little bit of rope, but I've never like taken it out and split pieces of wood or anything like that. I just it could probably take it, but I just never did it. But I have a Winkler knife. I'll show you another Winkler knife. I have this Winkler knife that this is called the Survival Striker, and I beat the shit out of this knife because it can take it. So, and you can
That's
see
massive. Look at the blade stock on that.
yeah, you can see this is a really thick blade stock, over 1/4 of an inch. So this
So
will probably take it, but this is meant to take the abuse. So
if I put that in my pocket, I'd walk around in circles for the rest of the day.
yeah. This I've never used this sheath. I put it on a backpack, and I carry it on a backpack rather than my belt. So
Yeah.
because it's very heavy. I don't know. I don't remember offhand how much it weighs, but it's super heavy, and the hollow the handle is hollow, so there's like survival like tools on the inside of the handle because it comes with a tool that you can take the handles off easily, screw them off, and get to a fire starter kit and a sharpening. I think a sharpening rod is in there too. But
I take it you live in a rough area, Gary.
what?
I take it you live in a rough area.
No, I don't. I just dig,
ready for the decline.
I just dig fixed blades. So anyway,
Yeah.
I won't bore you. I always like this knife that I like this star on the front, the piece of this is a nice sheath.
Yeah, if you carry one of those knives, one on each side, then you won't develop a list.
This is definitely like a fighting knife, I guess.
It could be, that's for sure.
I'll probably I'll eventually probably abuse it, but I haven't so far. I kind of want it. I kind of want to chop stuff with it and see how it holds up. But I believe these steels are the same steels as 80 CR something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a good steel for knives.
Yeah, 80 CR V2 steel. So
that's a tool steel, isn't it?
Yeah. But just the difference, and I think the coating is semi permanent. I don't think that you could. I don't think you could wreck the coating. Like this is stone washed, so it came like that. initially, but like I said, I've carved chopped wood with this, and it doesn't look like it because it's very impervious to damage.
Yeah, I think that's what they call a working finish, isn't it, or a battle finish?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they make this one anymore, but this is a number 68. But this is the first Winkler knife I bought. Then I bought this one. So
Yeah, those are very cool.
all right, so I'm not gonna bore you guys any further.
All right. You didn't bore us at all.
Well,
All right,
Brandon,
I gotta head out, guys.
Before you have to go, I just want to say it was sure nice to meet you, and thanks for coming on and joining us. It's been
Thank
great.
you very much.
Of course, it was awesome, a fun time meeting all of you guys. I had a great time.
Right on. Yep, we'll see you
Great
again.
time.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Yeah, it's always nice to see
I'll have to
somebody's
check out
face
your
that you
channel.
follow.
Yeah.
All right, go
All right.
out there and dazzle
Yeah.
someone.
Brandon. Good meeting you.
Bye.
We'll see you. Okay. Oh, what do you got there, Tom? That looks interesting. That's a Panama Trapper, isn't it?
This is the Panama Trapper, yeah. So the length from the bolster to tip is 3.5 inches. It has 3.25 inches cutting edge. And of course, there's 2 blades. And this is the impressive blade here. I really love that blade right there.
Oh,
See
that's
how
beautiful.
wide that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a beauty.
So we had questions on why would a pattern be popular? You wouldn't think you'd like it until you got it or something. I guess this would be one of those knives. I don't know how popular it is, but it was sure a surprise when I got it. And let me just show you here the difference between the Panama Trapper and a regular trapper, the size. A lot of difference in size there.
Is it just the size that makes it a Panama Trapper, or is it that particular blade?
Well, I believe
it's
because
the
see, this
size.
has more of a curved back to it. And I think it is the size also, but I can't tell you for sure, Patty. This is the only one I've ever bought, and the reason I got that is, again, it's got the fish symbol on it, and I collect the Ichthys shield. And this is in the purple curly maple.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, I probably would have never ordered a Panama Trapper except that it was in that had that shield on it, and I wanted to collect them all. But you can just see how massively larger the Panama Trapper is, and it was very surprising. I mean, this is a big knife.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I haven't seen you showing any more of the Ichthys. Have you sort of got your collection now?
I do. I'm missing one, as far as I know, for all the years that they came out with the Ichthys. The only pattern I think I'm missing is a doctor's knife with the blue synthetic on it. And the doctor's knife was the Case vault knife, I think in 2018 or something. And that was back before I understood, the vault program, and I didn't buy one, and now I'm regretting it. I keep looking on eBay, hoping one will show up on eBay. So I can't remember if I got 16 or 18 different case patterns now with the Ichthys symbol. And like this one's curly maple. I got some in bone and others in different color of synthetics. So it was a nice way to just explore the different case patterns.
Yeah. That's a nice collection, 16.
So Kirby Creek Outfit, he said that Tony Bowes designed the Panama, and the Panama is 4 5/8 inches closed.
Yes.
So there you go. That's probably the difference, Patty. That's what Case decided to call it.
And actually, when you see the blade, you can see Tony Bowes in it. That sort of beautiful shape, rounded, soft-looking blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love this main blade here. Yep.
Yeah, That's very nice.
It's funny. I think I have a Tony Bowes one as well. Where's my Tony Bowes?
Let me get you, John, so you can show yours.
Okay, so I looked this up, and this is the saddle horn trapper. And this is actually even larger than that Panama. This is 5 inches in length.
Wow.
Yeah, and this one was a little special for marbles because I would think it was first time they did a D2 blade.
That's
So you got the D2 shield there. And of course, this was a whole series of knives, but this one is unique in that it's got some different type of blades on it. Here's your spay blade.
Oh, that is different.
Yeah, it's
And
more
then,
like what you get on a moose.
right, very much like a moose blade.
Texas spay, I think they call that.
Yeah, Texas spay. And check out this weird clip blade. It's almost like a
It nearly looks too thin for
little bit of a recurve
right?
to, little bit of a recurve to it on the bottom edge. So that's definitely not your standard clip blade. So I don't know, but that's the saddle horn part of it, and the name for that is because of the end of the handle. That's what gives it its name here. That way it rides up right there at the end. That is,
Right.
Just like the horn of a saddle. So that's where it gets that name. But yeah, very large, 5-inch total length on that guy on closed length.
Very
So, John,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So would you consider that a saddle horn then?
It's very close, I'd say.
Okay.
But the way that Smoky Mountain Knife Works names their knives, I'm always a little skeptical about how accurate they are. But
Well, every manufacturer names their blades different and their patterns a little different. So they take a lot of liberty. Sometimes you see some and they call it a spay blade, and you're like, how in the world can you call that a spay blade? But they do. So
I think that goes back a long time because they just made names up for the new knives they designed.
yep,
Right.
they did.
We'll blame it on the marketing department.
Yeah,
It's like
that's right.
when you call your child Lulabelle and then she grows up.
Right. Oh, okay.
Well, here's one that harkens back to England, and one of my favorite patterns all time.
You did a great job on that restoration, John.
You sure
I
did.
appreciate that. Yeah, it was in pretty rough shape when I first got it.
It was. You turned it into a user again, and it was looking like it was headed for the trash can.
But one of the things I love about a Barlow is when it's got a nice little ram foot on it.
Yeah.
There's
Beautiful.
nothing that makes me happier when I see a little ram foot on a Barlow.
That would be one of my favorite Barlows is the Ashley Harrison one. It's got the ram stick, the blue one.
You guys are so lucky to have the Sheffield knives over there. That drives me nuts. That's the one thing of the knives that I've not been able to obtain. That's probably my favorite knife you got there, Patty. The one right there you're showing.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't want to give too much away, but maybe in the new year you will have the opportunity of getting one through another source. But I will keep you updated.
Well, I very much appreciate that.
It'll not be over expensive. It mightn't be an Ashley Harrison custom, but it'll be that Arthur Wrights.
Right.
There's something in the go, and I can't mention it's not me. So,
Right.
But don't worry, wait the next year.
Well, with the Taylor Eyewitness, even we have all of their kitchen cutlery, but they don't have the pocket knives here. I don't know why they can't do both.
The Bakewell cutlery shop is a great place to buy over here. They usually have, but they only have a small selection because they buy them in batches from Lee White. But
Gotcha.
Bakewell will post anywhere.
Yeah, I would definitely have more if they were more available to me.
Stephen?
I love watching knife or
Slick
help me out.
slicers.
Slick slicers. Thank you. Yeah, and all the different TEWs he has with all the different
Yeah.
custom, the
He has
scales.
a
Incredible.
massive selection.
Yeah.
Stephen, I have a question for you since you're here. The Twisted Assisted, they're traditional slip joints. Have you handled one of those, used one of those? What
Yeah,
can you tell me about them?
I actually promote them as well. So I get their knives. So here's the oh no, that's not this one. That's the other one. Where are we? There it is.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them on their website. I don't think I've seen you review those, and I was
Yeah,
kind of wondering what your thoughts were.
I reviewed it. It's absolutely fantastic. Now it's about under £40. So they're actually made by Brother, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Stephen.
Yeah. There was some doubt in the beginning, but I think we can safely say Brother made them. And
Yeah.
look at that for a back. I mean, for a £40 knife, you don't expect such a clean back spring. And it's in VG10. For £40, I think, if you take the price of a Delica with VG10 and beautiful carbon fiber, it's not the cheap stuff.
Yeah,
It actually has a bit of movement. But the blade is lovely. It's a proper working knife. A proper working knife. And he still has them. And he posts anywhere as well.
okay, good. Thank you.
But there's something similar that Brother does, which I like as well. There's a Brother one. So you can see the carbon fibers virtually the same.
Sure.
So it's like, this would be a trapper, just a single bladed trapper.
Yeah, it's a nice knife. Very nice.
And again, I think that's VG10 as well. For an inexpensive knife, their quality is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the old one there. It's one of the original patterns.
Yeah, this is the cowfish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love this blade. This blade is fantastic.
When I had that one, the proper had just come out, the Benchmade proper, and they're very similar in looks and blades, except I think that one's nicer.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get VG10 for budget. Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, I know. I was going to show the Rough Rider VG10, their new slip joint Warncliffe, which just a really great little knife, aluminum scale material, but really nice Warncliffe and VG10 and under $20. And it's just, that's just insane.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? I mean, that is such a beautiful little slicer.
It is. It really is a very cool knife. I like this one a lot.
I need to get that one.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, John. You will like it.
I think that's why I like Rough Rider, because you have the basic, then you have the VG10 ones now, and then you go up to the Rough Rider Reserve.
Yeah.
And that Rough Rider Reserve, Warncliffe, it's got the easy opening. That is one of the nicest knives I have. It's just, quality is just oozing, and that's in D2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one for sure.
Beautiful. They really have every base covered.
Oh, they sure do.
Here's another lockback that I really admire.
Okay.
This is not one they make anymore. It's pretty tough to find. And this is actually Tobias's favorite Rough Rider.
I was just about to say that. He's been pushing that out for years. He loves it.
Got the burl wood on it, and it's got that harpoon blade we spoke of earlier.
Yes.
I don't think I have any harpoon blades.
Look at the lines of that knife. I mean, that's what sold me.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The wood handle is beautiful. What price was that? They were for buttons, weren't they?
I mean, when they first come out, they were probably under $15.
Yeah, Incredible.
What you got there, Tom?
Tom's got something.
Well, just to show you, I am inclusive. I do have things other than bucks. Just wanted to get that out there. This is a Winchester from 2005. I don't know if you can see on the blade there. It says Winchester 2005. It was a 2-knife set and a collector's tin that I got in an antique store. Now, no, everybody close your eyes when I turn it around.
Oh no!
The cover was on it in the store when I looked at it, and I broke it out here when I got home, and the cover fell off. So the cover's fine. I just got to get it glued back on there, but it's not a bad looking knife.
Trying to find out where's my Winchester.
So
Very nice. Very nice, Tom.
Oh, there's my favorite Winchester.
Oh yeah. Here you go.
I got this for an absolute song. Look at that lovely little watch. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's really cool.
Remington. Sorry, it's not a Winchester. It's Remington.
A Remington, yeah.
Close.
Look at the finish and all the inside of it. It's just beautiful.
The old Remchester. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think about £20 I paid for that, and I thought it was lovely.
That's a really cool watch.
Since we're talking about Winchester and Remington, I've started a new trend. I just wanted everyone to know. I went pheasant hunting yesterday, kicked up a couple of roosters, took 2 shots. I did not knock them down, but I've started a new trend. I'm going to start calling it shoot and release. I'm an ethical hunter.
Oh, lovely.
That's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, the first ones I kicked up this year, and always when you're out hunting, the first time that year when you kick up a rooster, you just do a heart check. It's just amazing how they come bursting up out of the grass.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Nebucloud asked where my EvaTac Shadow Ranger is, and I don't have one of those because I knew if I bought one, I wouldn't have a knife collection. That knife takes care of everything. I wouldn't even need another knife. And that's just a joke. If you guys ever saw the commercial, look up the commercial for the EvaTac Shadow Ranger. It's hilarious. It's
never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a cheesy knife. Looks like a gas station knife, but they have some guy with an Australian accent, talking about how rugged and tactical, and how it's, if you're a SEAL in Ranger Team Delta, you'll really need this knife, and
cool steel.
Let's see what we got going on in the.
Did I hear you talking about the hedgehog?
Yes, the QSP hedgehog.
Yeah. Funny, David contacted me from QSP, and it's the first time he's ever contacted me. He sent me one over to review, so I can't wait to see that. It looks so different to what I normally get, but looks really nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I got to look at that because I'm in that same group with David, and it's a really wonderful knife. I thought it was really cool. So
it was really nice of him to reach out.
Yeah, that is awesome that he did. Well, he knows who to talk to impress an audience. Yeah.
Well, just another one of Buck's nice small lockbacks here.
Oh, that is.
Oh, you keep your blades really well polished.
Yep, this is the 501 Squire.
Lovely.
So, yeah, they are. Yep. And this one comes with a small pouch, so you can wear it on your belt if you want. But just fantastic knives.
That blade on that is very, very like a Menundi. You know the Chris Reeves Menundi blade? The little square pocket knife? That blade is very similar.
Yep.
Lovely blade.
Yeah, I think, now I can't say Buck invented the lockback. That would not be accurate, but I think they certainly improved the design of it and they made it popular. And so after the 110 and the 112 success, and then they started making these smaller lockbacks and mid locks, they just seem to knock it out of the park every time with these. So,
I think I'd be more of a mid-lock sort of a person. I don't have many lockbacks, I have to say.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about the John and I were talking about the smaller lockbacks. Here's just a couple of them real quick. But this is the little Rough Rider. It's all in
I've
brass.
got that one.
Yeah. I really like the blade shape on this. It's just such a handy knife, and I like how the brass is getting a patina. So these are really nice. But then another one from Marbles. This is just a little light plastic. Again, another great blade shape, but just a nice little handy pocket knife, one that fifth pocket carry or anything. If you were in dress, slacks with the thin pockets, this would disappear in there. Just kind of cool stuff.
I think I have I have a wee Rough Rider one, which I love, and I often throw it in my fifth pocket. It's this wee one here. That's a wee Rough Rider lockback.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's so hard to get them now. I never see them for sale anymore.
They just came out with that new Stoneworks series, so you should be able to get the newer ones again here pretty soon.
The thing is, over here in the UK, it usually takes about another 6 months before we start getting a supply of the newest model.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what John has here.
A little powder horn.
Yeah, this is a knife that was kind of impressed on me by Tobias. He's really into the saddle horn style knives. He does a lot of the fisherman knives that they have the powder. And here's a little lockback from Rough Rider.
They make some lovely little knives. They really do.
Yeah.
Makes it real comfortable. It's got that little choil at the top there, if you can see.
Yeah.
And makes it a real comfortable 3-finger knife. Fits right in your hand.
To be quite honest with you, a 3-finger knife is perfectly adequate. Yeah, as long as you can tuck that 4th finger up behind it, I think it's a really solid grip.
Oh, I agree. In fact, I have one of their little cub lockbacks that, these guys are just little, but with the 2 finger choils that you have here, even though it's just really basically a 3-finger knife, you can still get a nice grip on it. And this little stubby blade does a lot of work, if you're just needing something small done, but it'll handle cardboard and everything else. It's just a really cool little knife.
Keep this between ourselves. One of them knives could do me all day, most days of my life.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
There's an Ixus.
Dirty little secret.
So there's another one in the Ictus series. It's ultraviolet bone, and it's a case lockback, small lockback.
Beautiful.
Beautiful treatment on that bone.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's this is going to sound terrible. I think that's even nicer looking than the Buck.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Loud.
Yep. Got this nice drop point blade to it.
Beautiful.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
The only thing Buck has going for it, well, not the only thing, Buck, that's terrible. The thing I like about Bucks is when they do the hollow grind. Their hollow grinds are just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what you got there, John.
So this one's a little different.
Oh,
we got the swing guard on it, on this guy. And Tobacco Bone. I think this was their Outdoorsman series.
Beautiful.
Got the moving guard that swings open with it.
What's the name for them? Is it some sort of
swing guard, Stephen?
Yeah, no, there's an actual name they call it.
It becomes a mini sword.
Yeah. I think the case pattern name for that is a cheetah.
Cheetah.
I think.
Yeah,
Cheetah.
that's right.
The
cheetah for
yeah.
case. Yep, that's exactly right. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be trying to hunt down a cheetah with that. But
no.
Did any of you guys pick up the Rough Rider Nomad? I think it's called the Nomad.
That's one on my list.
00 RR 007, but I think it's called the Nomad.
I've looked at that one a lot.
I'm the same as you, John. I've looked at it many times, but I haven't put it in the cart.
Yeah,
I think it's what, $40 or $50, maybe. I don't know. 45.
It'd be near £70 over here.
I just keep asking myself, RJ, do I really need another lockback?
I know.
So, is the APTA series made it to you, Patty, Ireland?
No, well, yes, sorry, it has. Yeah, it's just, it's funny. There's only one I like, and I don't know why. It's like one of those things. I like the look of it, but I still haven't invested. They're not very expensive. I just haven't invested yet, but I probably will. But I'd rather have that Nomad first.
Yeah, this is titanium, but I did a blade swap. The titanium version doesn't come with this blade, but I swapped it from the brass. So that reverse handle is the one I like. Came in the titanium, but I like this blade shape better for some reason.
I would like that reverse tanto pattern with a micarta scale.
Yeah, I didn't buy the micarta scale one, but I think I want to pick that one up too.
That Nomad is a good looking knife.
And this is a South African knife.
Oh, okay. The copy. Yeah.
Yeah, I got this from. Are you familiar with Stuff We Do?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He sent this knife to me for a gift.
That's lovely.
Nice. Yeah, that's a nice one.
That Argyle on there?
Yeah. I was like, I had the Hank there. I'm like, oh man, that kind of looks like a nice match for the Hank because of the traditional. It reminds me of maybe something a Boy Scout would carry. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
But I imagine these are like cheaply made, but I like it, so I don't care.
Yeah, plus you can't get one over here very easily anyways. That's for sure.
So would that be called Barlow because it has this one blade and it's kind of
more of a jackknife?
Yeah. A jackknife? Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
A Barlow wouldn't have the bolster at the bottom.
Yeah, the cap.
Okay. Is this considered a Barlow, this Kershaw?
Yes.
Yes, you can do, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a longer one. More of a granddaddy.
Point too, so.
Yeah.
The thing is, each maker calls them a name. Like Ashley Harrison's Barlows don't have a big long end cap here. They have quite a short compared to a lot of Barlows.
Okay.
But if they're calling it a Barlow, if you see their normal size, look, this is his Barlow, and then this is his normal size. Oh, can you see it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You can see the difference. So this is his Barlow, and that's his normal size. So,
but Patty, that's more like a boy's knife, but too big to be a boy's knife type thing.
No, this is perfectly sized to be a boy's knife.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'll show it up against the. Here's the GEC boys knife. And it's just a wee bit bigger. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, get it up there.
Okay.
I can't work. It's just a wee bit bigger, but
Okay.
it would be the boys knife size.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just from the Levin's guide, they typically say that the boys' knife are shorter, and then they have the smaller bolster, the little shorter
Yeah.
bolster.
Uh-huh. But I mean, if you're buying it from a maker and he says it's a Barlow, it's a Barlow.
Yeah, you do. You just
He knows
take
better
it.
than me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
and
Levin, the author of that book, he gets real specific about what he thinks is and isn't something
Yeah.
sometimes.
Very
So-
much so.
He's supposed to, I guess, be the authority. I don't know, but I've
Well,
found
wait.
many a knife that people call something else that he disagrees with. So it's really just
his
a
opinion.
question of who you want to believe, you know?
I think the only difference between him and me is that he had the intelligence to write a book.
Right.
I don't
John,
think it makes him any more of a knife person.
Yeah.
John, we had a request that you show that knife with the swing guard again. One of the guys, he had left and now he's returned and he wanted to see it again. So let's show that to him real quick.
I love that acorn shield as well.
Yeah, that is so nice. And I love their tobacco bone treatment. They really did that bone very well too.
I've never had a tobacco bone one, but it does look beautiful. Real honey color.
Okay, very good. I think you got to see that. Okay, so everybody got to see that one again. And you had something, Tom, that you wanted to show?
Well, sure.
Okay, let's get that.
So I've
And
been
then I'm going
been
to go
showing
grab
some of the more expensive, small lockbacks that I have. This is actually one I purchased probably 20 or more years ago. This is called a Guidesman, and I've been kind of doing a series on Guidesman. They're the house brand for Menards, which is a big box lumber yard hardware store type chain,
Right.
kind of like Lowe's and Home Depot. So I bought this back before I was ever into collecting knives and just wanted something to have in my pocket, and I picked this lock back up and I carried it for quite a few years. So something just as simple as this budget knife, it got me through my day most of the time.
Looks kind of fancy though.
I'm going to pick one of those.
It's not a
up.
bad looking knife.
It's aluminum. Or
Yeah,
something?
aluminum handle. Yeah.
Okay.
Has a lanyard hole in it. Decent blade.
I like when they have the lanyard hole, like
Yeah.
traditional knives.
So it'll probably cost all of $5 or $6. Who knows? Wasn't much.
It's funny, you go to those lumber yards and timber yards. We have the same over here. Not a big store, but it's just like a timber yard. That would be it. And I'm going. I'll show you a wee knife when it's back. Oh, there. Here's a wee one that I got not so long ago. This costs £5 this is what the farmers buy down where my caravan is. And it's just a simple little slip joint with the most beautiful little blade on it. I literally picked it up for £5. Now, the steel is probably not great, but you can get a good edge on it. But that's what the farmers use down around us. They don't spend money on fancy dancy knives.
Right.
No, they don't, Patty. The farmers do not.
They just want to
spend more. They'll spend more on a good pair of pliers to be wearing on their belt than they will their pocket knife.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but and it's amazing what you can get for £5 because that is an absolute cracking little knife. It's it's not even badly made. It's really lovely. And I have a terrible habit. I can't go into them shops and I see a new brand and I have to buy one. I have no need for it at all.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Pete, for coming by. He's getting ready to go do some decorating outside on the ladder. So be careful out there. Be careful on that ladder. That's for sure. because I need you to come back next week and we'll get you on this show.
Oh, I didn't push him off, did I?
No,
No, not at all. He hasn't come on yet, Patty. We've been trying to get him to come on to the live, but he says he's not ready yet. And I don't know what he has to be ready for, but
he's getting shy in his old age.
I guess so.
I think I scared him off.
I think he likes it when the audience can't talk back. Oh, that's for sure.
Has TK, have you got any knives on to start fixing up yet, or are you in the
Just
middle
did
of
a fixer upper.
I think.
My last video.
Yeah, I think it's.
You see this one, the bar?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got more on the way. So I did just get this one. This one wasn't even in bad enough shape to really do a video on. This a little saber stock,
Beautiful.
little Japanese made
Yeah.
brand
More
from the
beautiful
80s.
They actually made really good knives.
They did. It was amazing what you could get back then for $3.49.
Yeah.
I think that's about all they were. And they were in a little every hardware store you could walk into. They'd have a display on the counter and anything like a True Value or whatever. And $3.49, Japanese made.
I really like the old ones when they had the carbon steel on them, because their carbon steel was so thinly ground. Such great slicers.
Yeah,
that's
they were
colonial
almost flat ground.
Yeah. They're beautiful little knives. I've got a box full. I'm sure you've seen. I have a box full of old knives that I pick up on just sales that I find on YouTube, and the eBay used to do it over here, but they've nearly taken all knives off YouTube now, or not YouTube, eBay. They're not selling any knives at all, UK legal or not.
Wow,
Ridiculous.
Well, TK,
Yeah.
you've opened my eyes. I have to admit it. I've been a bit of a knife snob in the past. I saw a really nice saber. I think it was I can't remember. It was a jackknife. Anyway, it was a saber knife in an antique store, and I passed it over. For some reason, I had associated saber with some of the old Frost knives. I didn't pick it up. Now you've rekindled my interest, and now I don't know if I'll be able to sleep wondering if that knife has gotten sold or not. So thanks, TK. For another sleepless night. No, but he did a really good review on that knife and brought out a lot of information I did not know about saber. So thanks.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I think that's my joy now, is seeing so many people that like slip joints and old traditional type knives. There was a time there on YouTube, there was very few people that had slip joint videos, other than God, I've forgotten his name now. Tobias. I mean, there was Tobias, Slick Slices. There was few traditional knives. And when I sort of changed over, I mean, I was a turncoat over slip joints, then went into lock and knife, and now I've come full the way back again to slip joints. Best decision I ever made, but you don't get any subs.
Yeah. So you would say you got most of your subs from the modern stuff.
Oh, definitely. But the way YouTube works now, I'm getting plenty of new subs, but they take the old ones off. If your old subs haven't linked onto your channel in 6 months or something, they take them off.
yeah.
So as many as the new ones I'm getting, they're taking the old ones off that haven't been on the channel because they don't like slip joints. So, but that never has bothered me. It's never been a goal. This is my hobby.
You got to do what you enjoy.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, I still like a locking knife, but just not as much.
Right.
Yeah, I just like and enjoy all knives. I don't. So for me, it's okay if it's a locking knife or if it's a modern knife, but I really love the old traditionals and stuff. That's really what speaks to my heart into, my interests and stuff. So when I get a locking knife, I'm cool with that. But when I get, a traditional, that makes me happy. I still think the most excited I get is when I open up a case knife, because that when you unwrap it, it's going to be so beautiful and so, nice looking, that's exciting to look at that, a thing of beauty, So I guess pocket jewelry,
Pocket jewelry. That's right.
it's what gets me.
There's a lovely wee one I just picked up from the second-hand market. It's a little Booker made in the USA.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
Look I just think the blades are beautiful on it.
Yeah.
Just a lovely little knife. And I had to do very little to it.
Yeah.
And I would say that's probably, I don't know, would it be 50s, 60s Booker USA?
Maybe,
It's
Yeah, I'm
just
not sure.
Is that the one that has the different tang stamp? Because I think, didn't Boker USA, they got away from using the tree.
Let me just probably look. I still haven't done any proper research on it. It's just got Booker USA in capitals, but it's got the tree on the back, and it's got, what's that? I never even noticed them numbers before. My eyesight's terrible. 82, 88. I don't know what that's either side of the tree. So I have no idea what that means. You'll probably not see that, but.
Here, let me bring it back up.
Oh, sorry. I've never noticed the numbers there. Oh.
There you are.
You see the tree? Well, it's got 82, 88. 82 on one side of the tree and 88 on the other, but I don't know what that means. I'll have to get onto my Levines. But the lovely Booker shield on it.
Yeah, that is nice.
You're saying about joy. You see, when I found that, I was over the moon. Over the moon. Over the moon.
I get excited over all kinds of silly things. Like I said, there's this Rosehawk or Rosecraft Mohawk blade that I got this. My wife got this for my birthday, which is a beautiful modern knife with the harpoon thing. But then I got excited over this Walmart knife that's a $6 budget knife that's kind of like a take up of the Axis block, and it's kind of a fun little knife. Great worker.
What's the Axis lock like?
The action? Oh, it's
the Axis lock. Is it nice?
Yeah, it's got the Axis lock. Yeah, for sure.
That's like a $9 knife or something.
It's $5.86.
Wow.
Walmart always does the crazy prices like that.
I went back to get more of those, RJ, and they were sold out.
Yeah, the word got out quick on that.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom, I'll let you
buy
do
a
that.
couple of them in just in case the Omega Springs give out.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about Japanese manufactured knives. I don't know if anyone can help me out on this. This is a Timberwolf 3, and it's a small lockback. It's got bone covers, and it says bone handle 440 stainless on one side, and then it's got a model number on the other side, and then it says Japan. Does anybody know anything about the Timberwolf knives?
I do not.
No.
Nope.
As far as I know, Tom, Timberwolf was made in Japan, and it's 440 steel and a bone handle.
Man, I'm so glad you came and joined us, Patty. Wow.
Yeah, I've not heard of them.
RJ, who's screening your guests, RJ? you need to hire a producer.
I probably do. A director, a producer, all that kind of stuff.
But I just thought that was an interesting knife that I found in an antique store. So
Beautiful knife.
It's cool looking.
I think if we have Mr. Barlow back, we're probably going to need a makeup department so we can all look better.
This will be my last appearance, folks. First and last.
You know, do your wives? My wife's not into knives at all whatsoever. Now she does carry one now, which she didn't do, 6-7 years ago. But when I run into the front room, you see if I bought something on eBay or something like that on the second-hand market, and I run into the front, look at this, I've got this, I'm just going to buy this, you don't mind, and I get so excited. And she looks at me to think, Stephen, what do you do? You just, I just love the look on her face of that, just angst. Did I marry this man?
I think all wives go through that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you got there, Tom.
Well, we're talking about excitement. I don't know.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
Patty remembers this one. I was
Yeah.
so excited to get this knife.
Yeah.
And it's the boy's favorite is what it reads there. The boy's favorite. And what did you call it, Patty? You referred to it as a dime knife, I think.
Yeah, it was called a dime knife.
But these were from what, back in the 20s, 30s, maybe
Yeah.
even earlier than that. There's nothing to it. I mean, just a couple stamped pieces of aluminum or steel here, but what a piece of history to find. And yes, I was excited.
When you put that video up, I felt every bit of it, every single bit of that excitement.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. So simple pleasures.
Or as my wife would say, simple man, simple pleasures. What have I got here? I think. Oh yes, that was it. Yeah, I have the wee sort of wee matching one to yours. This is the an IXL version of the little dime knife.
Yeah.
But he made these over in America as well, didn't he?
Sure.
George Winston.
Yeah, with an hole.
Yeah.
George wasn't it? So the joy when you find wee things like that is just immense.
Yeah.
Give you a little preview, RJ. I always try to give everybody a little preview of something to come.
Sure.
I sent you some stickers, Patty. I imagine the stickers will come after Christmas because it'll probably take forever.
It could be longer than that. We've got a postal strike between now and Christmas. So many days they're on strike, so everything's backed up.
Okay.
But thank you. That is a lovely. That's beautiful bone.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
a
the red bone. And yeah, this is a knife that RJ owns. I know I've seen it on his channel. It's just a little Stockman from Roper with the
Yeah.
It's called the Chaparral, and got the 1065 carbon blades. Nice little Skinner blade there.
That's lovely steel for a budget knife.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, they do a good job. I really like how they did that red bone. I liked it so much I got the green one too. I should put that out for Christmas.
Oh yeah, you get the red and the green out at the same time.
That's right.
Put it in the candy dish.
There you go. Yes, Gizmo. I remember the 5 and dime stores. In fact, ours now, the building is still a 5 and dime. It still says Woolworths, but it's a antique store. So that's.
I loved shopping at Woolworths.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Yeah.
The whole basement was like toys and stuff. And did you ever shop at a Woolworth? And you could eat at a diner in the top half.
Yep.
Yeah, they still have the diner in the one that now they've converted it to an antique store. So they still have the diner in it, and they have the upstairs and downstairs. We'll get to you in a second, Tom, with your thing. I wanted to show this Stockman that I have. This is one of the Uncle Henry's, and it also has that same skinning blade that is with it. This is their what they call the premium stock, and so this is a kind of a different blade on it. I thought it was, just like the Ropers, or maybe just a little bit different in design, but pretty cool. And then you have, of course, your sheep's foot and your pin blade. It's on here. There you go. But then it's got that nice next gen Staglon. So that's kind of a preview for one coming up on my channel as well. And then Tom, I got to tell you, that was a good scenario that you did with your Leatherman. I don't know if you guys all saw it, where he simulated having a car crash and then having to, make a fire out in the snow.
Well, upcoming previews. I'm going to go over the signal some more. As a matter of fact, if we got some time yet this afternoon, if there's some daylight, I want to kind of shoot a second episode of that. Do a better job of videography in the daylight so people can actually see the Leatherman and some of the other fire starting equipment that CB Tactical sent to me. For everyone, I bought CB Tactical had a giveaway, and I was fortunate to win this Leatherman signal. And the signal is different than most Leathermans because it's kind of designed for the outdoorsman. So it has a lot of features that I want to go over, and I wanted to go over some more fire starting things. So we'll see if I have daylight yet this afternoon or not. But that's of course, we got the holidays coming, so time is going to be a kind of a crunch. I don't know if I'll get that done yet or not, but that's what I intend on doing. So the Leatherman signal, just a wonderful Leatherman. I'm not really into multi-tools, but this thing really impressed me. And thanks again to CB Tactical.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, and that signal is a really neat tool. It really is. Okay. Do you have much of that over there, Stephen, with the Leathermans and stuff? I know that you guys probably use the sacks more, right?
No, I love my Leatherman. I just go for the Leatherman Wave. This is my second Leatherman Wave. I gave my original one, which was one of the first Leathermans, and it was a gift from a subscriber. It was in mint condition when he gave it to me, and I had it for years. And then my daughter-in-law joined the police, and I gave it for her to put in her duty belt, because she didn't have one. And then I bought myself a nice brand new one sometime afterwards. But I love the Leatherman Wave. It's just a fantastic knife.
Yeah, that's the one I use the most is the Wave. I have a couple other of the models. I have a Wingman, and I also have the old Blast model, but the Wave is probably my favorite of the ones I have.
I was just going to say to Tom, it seems that you haven't invented the fire thing over there yet. Does he want me to send him a lighter over?
No, I resorted to a lighter. It shows the importance of always having a lighter or some strike anywhere matches or something like that in an emergency situation. The striker is fine as a last resort, but it's not the best thing to depend upon, especially in extreme conditions. So and the fire starters I was using, I'm not so sure they're even designed to catch a spark and ignite. I think they're designed for matches and lighters. So, I mean, the fire starter itself worked as advertised, but it was just me trying to strike onto it and it wouldn't catch. So,
Tom, I was a bushcrafter for years, and the one thing that I always carried as part of my EDC was a cotton wool ball soaked in Vaseline.
mm-hmm.
And you get the big thick straws. You know the thick plastic straws the kids use? They're sort of twice the size of the normal ones. You soak the cotton ball in Vaseline, then you squeeze the straw at the bottom and burn it and seal it. Then you push the cotton wool ball with the Vaseline on it down into it, close the top, and then burn it to seal it. And if you have that in the back of your wallet or anywhere else, you see if you want to strike with a fire starter, it goes up the first strike, it goes up in flames. A fantastic aid if you break down at the side of the road. To have a few in your car.
Sure. That's a good suggestion. Thanks. I've seen guys talk about them. I've never made any of them up, but I think I will.
Fantastic.
Especially steel wool works too.
It does,
Yes,
yeah.
it does.
Yep. Yeah, you can use steel wool and a 9-volt battery.
Handle of my Winkler knife.
Yeah, just get some steel wool and put a 9-volt battery against it, and it'll start right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Patty, a question came up. Somebody wanted to know if there was anybody that had some Jack Wolf knives to show, and if anybody has a Jack Wolf knife, I know you do. So
I've got one in the pocket. It's my daily carry.
There you go.
This is the new one coming out on the 16th, and this is a cracker.
Oh boy, that's a nice one.
Oh my!
Look at that fat Warncliffe. It's just beautiful.
Yes, it is.
And it's so thin behind the edge, it would disappear.
What's the name of that one, Patty?
Sorry?
What's the name of that one?
That one is the Venom Jack.
Venom Jack.
It is, and that the new carbon fiber that he has. It's just, this is orange. It doesn't really look it, but it's a dark orange carbon fiber. It is stunning.
That is really cool.
And like, it's funny, you get so many people saying, "Oh, I wouldn't pay £300 for a knife." I can understand that fully, but it doesn't mean the knife is not worth £300.
Right.
A knife is only worth what you'll pay for it, and if you've bought it, it's worth it.
Yeah, I think that's it. If you think it's worth it and you can afford it, then go for it. And if you don't want to pay for it, then don't.
Exactly.
That's it. But don't feel bad because somebody is selling a $300 knife. That's kind of dumb.
No.
But,
Look, the most of my collection is going to be knives that are well under £100. There's very few that are up on the high end part.
Yeah, for sure. And plus, like we have been talking about with his knives, is that it's a whole package. You get the art, you get the little accessories, you get all the other stuff with it. So it's more of it's a whole experience that you're getting.
So.
If it was just the knife by itself, then maybe he could sell it for under $200. I don't know.
If he ever does a second release of when he goes around, I wish he would just like release it like RJ says, just a knife. You don't know, no bells and whistles, so they could lower the price maybe.
But
yeah, that would be it. But
I think that would be nice, but it's not really that game plan that he's on. He's not finding it very hard to sell them. If they were to start to become hard and they're not selling, yes, I can see the more budget, coming down in price to meet that demand. But at the minute, they're just disappearing.
Yeah, I imagine he sells all of them.
Yeah.
Probably within days.
No, it's usually you'll get a few stragglers for a week, maybe 2 weeks, but most of them go pretty fast. I know over here in the UK, it's usually about 3 days. Sorry, I missed that, Gary.
Oh, I'm just saying, I bet all the carbon fiber versions go quick within hours.
Well, they're usually within a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the end of that.
Oh yeah, I'm just spinning the top just for my own pleasure.
Well, Patty, the Jack Wolf knives kind of came up, I think, in the last live too, didn't it, RJ? About the price on that, and again, I'll just say what I don't begrudge anybody if they want to spend $300 on a knife. It's their $300. If that's what you want, buy it.
I mean, most of most of us have brought families up, and we've done all the things you have to do in life.
Yeah.
And when you get the age, I've got a bit more cash than I would have had before. I thankfully I get my Jack Wolf knives. I'm getting mine free, but I have bought other knives at that price because I wanted them to get, and there's no difference, you know.
Hey,
When I
it-
started out budget knives because the family dictated that's what I spend.
sure.
Yep.
But you know, it's his company, and he can run it how he wants, and if he's being successful and that's how he wants to run it, you know,
Yeah.
the customers will decide whether it's a good idea or not. If he stops selling knives, he'll have to go back to the drawing board some. But sounds like so far he's pretty successful with what he's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, there's no guarantee in timeline. It just takes something to go wrong in that chain of events. Knife
Yep.
making is such a dodgy game, or
It
knife.
is.
It's not something you're going to ever be relaxed. You know, if you're building up a business, most businesses have a sort of, it'll go along at that sort of pace. But with knives, it's a luxury item, so it becomes bottom of the food order. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Exactly.
you know, Patty, one of the things I like about, you know, getting these knives in the antique stores and finding the different companies that used to manufacture them. Just think of all of the great companies that were making money hand over fist and were so popular, and then because of something happening, now
Yeah.
all of a sudden they're unprofitable and they get sold and they go out of business. And you're right, the cutlery business has always been, pardon the pun, very cutthroat. But
Very
yeah.
Even in the heyday, people
Yes.
bought other people out at the drop of a hat, or the workers would leave one company and start their own company.
Yeah.
Much like that's how Queen Knife started. You know what I mean? The workers all just left, started up their own company, nicked half the machinery with them, and there it was born.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it is a cutthroat business. So good luck to him. I would never risk it myself, but I'm
Right.
not really a big risk taker.
Exactly.
But again, finding an old knife is a completely different experience for me. You know,
Yeah.
buying something that's £300 is just feeding my ego that I've got this lovely £300 knife. But finding an old knife for, £10, £20, and then finding the history of where it came from, and the fact that like I've got some there from the 1800s, and when you're looking at it and you say the person actually cut a quill, cut a bird feather to write letters with this little knife.
Yeah.
And that to me is just a completely different level. Oh, sorry. Oh, hello, Dan. I'm actually on it. I'm on a live in America at the minute. Sorry, mate.
Hi, Dan.
Hello.
All the boys are saying hello, Dan, Tom, and RJ's lives. I'll speak to you later, man. I'll give you a wee ring if it's not too late. Bye. Bye, mate. Bye, bye. Sorry, I couldn't turn that off, so I thought I'd better answer it.
It's okay.
Hi,
It's live. It's live YouTube. It happens.
Patty, I just thought you would hang up on me like you normally do. I didn't know you were going to answer.
Oh, dear. Yous are a great bunch of fellas. I mean, talking about the young fella earlier on there and not having anybody. I never had anybody in this country for 5 years. Nobody that I knew liked knives. Nobody carried a knife. Only me. I was always, the one that carried a knife. Nobody. Right. My children. I can't get any of my children to carry a knife.
Yeah.
I mean, I've offered them
me either.
anything, pick anything. They won't. Not
I
interested.
have 3 children, and they don't carry knives. Even my son.
I've got one grandchild who's shown a wee bit of interest, but whether that lasts, God knows. So whenever the wooden overcoat gets put on, somebody's going to have a big pile of knives.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to ask a question, but that would be probably a dreadful question. Who's going to get your knife when you pass away?
Look, here, I'm going home to heaven. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going
for
home.
everyone,
Stay amongst them yourselves. Just don't use the knife.
I think my oldest is going to get my knives because she at least appreciates knives, but she doesn't carry one. And I'll just let her like pass the knives out or sell them or whatever.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I think if I get to that stage and nobody's interested in knives, maybe I'll get, if I get a little bit of notice, I'll just say to somebody like Justin or Dan, or much younger than me, I'll say, when I go, Sally, I'll send you the knives. Do what you like with them.
Yeah. I probably, my knife collection will go to my grandson because he really has a great interest in knives, but particularly the historical side of it. So he's really more into, at this point, bayonets and swords and stuff of that nature. But I think that, as he gets older and stuff, he'll probably appreciate the pocket knives more. Because, of course, when you're a teenager, I was the same way. I didn't think about the practicality of a blade, but I enjoyed seeing a Bowie knife or a bayonet or something like that. But then when as time goes on, he'll probably like that a lot more. So I have a feeling he'll probably get the big pile of knives.
Just stand by to get your heart broken. I had ones when they were small. They used to come on my videos when I was doing bushcraft. They come on my videos. They loved the knives. They loved all that. 10 years later, not a bit of interest in it. And I mean, there can be nothing nicer. You, Tom, you're the same. Getting the grandchild on the video for a couple of seconds makes their day.
It does. It does.
But yeah. And I've got about 23 grandchildren, so it's always
Wow.
I still can't get one to like knives.
I still don't even have my first grandchild.
Just give it time, Gary.
Well, my oldest daughter is getting married next year, but I imagine the year after that she'll probably have a kid because she wants kids.
Yeah.
For a small price, Tom, there's some I would let go of. Or Gary, yeah.
What?
For a small price, there's some I'll let go of. You haven't got any Jack Wolf knives, have you?
I have one.
There you go. You bought one grandchild.
Yep.
Ah, dear.
I still think I should make a note of certain knives that sell them, keep them, or give those away. Because sometimes people ask me, I'll show a knife. I have a CRKT knife that it's not an expensive knife. But one person always asked me to sell them that knife. And I'm like, I can't sell a knife because I really like it, but I'll put you in touch with my oldest because if I die, you can ask her to buy it.
Oh, dear.
But then it's a race. Is he going to outlive you?
Yeah, I don't know how he is. Are you familiar with King Snake Jake? He's always
I've seen him.
He's always asking me to buy this CRKT knife. I don't even have it on me, but it's kind of a weird opening system. You push the bolster, not the bolster, the whole blade or the whole knife, and it's called the fulcrum flame. If you're familiar with that. Yeah, you push the frame and then the knife pops out, and then you squeeze the frame and it comes together and open. I'll have to next week. I'll have to show you it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a unique mechanism that opens. But he really loves that knife.
Yeah, that's pretty different. That's for sure.
I think if there's one sort of type of knife that I would love to have, which we can't have over here, and that's the out the sides. There's some beautiful out the side knives, automatic knives.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be the one thing I'd love to try. You just even have, I have an old Ganzo. I shouldn't have it because we're not allowed to. I don't know how it got here. I complete the Fifth Amendment. Can we use the Fifth Amendment over here or Second Amendment?
Well, since the show originated in the U.S., then yes, U.S. law.
All right, there you go. Oh, I'm definitely American then. I have this old Ganzo, and you used to be able to buy them from China and they'd ship them into the UK. So, but this is just what do they do? Oh yeah, you can
That's
tell
an
how.
automatic, right? I was looking away. Right?
Yeah, it's just a push button on the side, but by God, for a Ganzo, it certainly comes out.
I think Manufacturing was showing off that knife. That knife. He has that too.
They still sell it today. I think it's about 15 quid on AliExpress. And it's 440C, deep pocket carry. All right, it's tipped down, but just a fantastic knife.
Yeah, definitely a fun knife.
You're probably, your post office doesn't it's not as strict as Canada's, right? They don't like go through the packages and like, oh, it has an automatic knife.
No, but they're getting stricter now. It used to be AliExpress could send you stuff and they never opened them because AliExpress used to put, the worth of them was about 30p they would put on it. So they were never going to open the box for that sort of price. So no.
Yeah,
But
I've never been able to get a knife through Canada customs, but I've only tried 3 times, and all 3 times they confiscated it. So.
Yes, Canada is very tough. And it's kind of crazy because I don't think that their laws are necessarily any stricter than the UK laws, but they sure treat it differently as packages are going across the border. That's for sure.
Gary?
Yeah.
Mimo says add him on your list for the Case Winkler.
Oh, okay. The fixed blade. Okay.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, I'll leave that to my. I'll start taking notes. Maybe make a Windows Excel doc and say, so if I die, you can do this with this knife, and you might want to contact.
Yes,
So
they're going to start asking you about your medical history, Gary.
Gary, it'll be a garage sale the week after you die.
Well, I had a guitar collection, and I already made a document saying, "Oh, give this guitar to so and so, sell this." So I did this with other things, but I've never done that with my knives. So maybe I should.
I haven't even bought my shroud yet.
I just came up with an idea here, Patty. You've got Jack Wolf knives, but you don't have a Timber Wolf knife.
Is that the one made in Japan? Saber?
Yeah, with bone covers.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you say to an even swap?
I'll send you my old book for it.
That's funny.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I always thought Timberwolf was a company that was in the USA and Benchmade bought them, but that's probably not that case. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
They used to, they made real knives. They weren't Saber.
Yeah, I can't find out anything on the internet about the Timberwolf. So
maybe Timberwolf is used a lot in the knife community because I'm pretty sure there was several Timberwolf companies.
Oh, there was another one, Jack, wasn't it?
What was
Jack Wolf.
Jack Wolf?
Jack Wolf, yeah.
But
That's Timber's brother.
I was going to say the Frost knives, that might be what it is. It might be one of Frost's knives there, Tom.
It could be. Who knows?
I actually went on YouTube, and you can actually get the I don't know what it is, whatever the TV program is in America, where they sell these knives in bulk. Is that the same Frost?
Yeah. Cutlery Corner.
Yep.
I have to for 3 hours watching the biggest load of crap I've ever seen being sold on that channel. It was amazing.
That was what Williams' Knife Life that he had Danny Dino selling knives. That's a riff on that.
Yeah. I love it. Danny Dino was funny now, I have to say.
Is QVC still a thing? QVC?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they used to sell those like on QVC, like have a 2 hour show selling bulk knives,
Yes.
supposedly good knives, but they were probably all crap.
But saying that, I think I have a Frost knife. I don't know where it is, but I think I just got one recently, which was made by Frost, and it's actually quite a good knife.
I imagine you could get one or two, good
Yeah.
knives.
Where did I put that? I got one recently. No idea where I put it. Well, I've got my wee office also. I have to say now, the shelves and all the back are just full of. I'm not very good at packing. Let's just say my Navy days are far behind me. But I have everything in a bedroom to myself now, and my workstation set up, and it's fantastic. I have to say, loving it. Where did I get that?
Yeah, life was much simpler when you just had to pack a sea bag and throw it over your shoulder, eh, Patty?
Best, my little grandson he's just passed out as a submariner, and he joined his first submarine on Monday.
Yeah, good to hear.
Yeah,
Good
he's
for him.
over the moon. But I loved it. Stick the old sea bag over the shoulder. That was it.
Yeah.
Off you went, you'd lose. In my days, it was the old uniform. We had 7 creases in our trousers, the in and out either side.
Yeah.
Which took you hours to. Now they're just a straight leg with 1 crease down the center. But I love the old bell bottoms.
Yeah, our old Cracker Jacks, you folded inside it out and this and that. And it was the way it was folded, it was designed so you could put it underneath your thin mattress on your rack, and when you slept on it, it actually pressed it.
Yeah.
That's how it was designed to be folded, so you could do that.
Exactly the same as the fold in the trousers. You could pull it up, just fold the flap over, put it in your kit bag, and it come out like new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I miss it. I would go back tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I've had those thoughts myself about if they'd only take me back.
Yeah.
The things I would do differently now to what I done then.
Exactly.
Sometimes I wish I had stayed in 20 years, but
yes.
Then I always remember, like, I wouldn't have met my wife, and I wouldn't have 3 wonderful kids. So it all worked out.
Is that a bonus, Gary?
What?
Is that a bonus? I'm still married.
A bonus? I guess it's
well, I got a lot of
because I'm not married to her anymore, but I still like my kids.
Oh, we're so different, Gary.
I mean, my ex-wife is still one of my best friends, so I mean, it wasn't an ugly divorce. So
every time mine comes out of prison, I keep thinking maybe I could.
Oh, yeah, I sure had a lot of great experiences and got to see a lot of the world that I wouldn't have. I guess, Patty, the closest I made it to you is I made it to Portsmouth, England.
Right.
And I was on a minesweeper, and we broke down and we were stuck there for about 6 weeks. So, but it was okay. It was a good port visit.
Good run ashore in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Well, I was very lucky. I went up and down both sides of America, the Pacific side as well. So I couldn't have been luckier. I had. I think it's why I like the American sort of attitude, because I had such a good time in America. I would go back at the drop of a hat if I could get Sally on a plane, but I would need one of those injections he gave Mr. T.
Yeah.
Sally on a plane to go to America.
Well, I don't know if it's because the water's deeper and colder in the Pacific or what, but I always found the mermaids to be prettier in the Pacific than in the Atlantic. And I didn't know if you had an opinion on that or not.
To be quite honest with you, Tom, after 10 pints, I didn't care what the mermaid was. I was never a handsome fella, so my motto was go ugly early.
Oh,
Like the old joke about you walk into a bar and no one meets your standards. What do? Lower your standards.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, they got a saying: a chief petty officer does not drink. But should the chief petty officer drink, he will not get drunk. But if he gets drunk, he will not stumble. But if he should stumble, he will not fall down. And it just goes on and on and on.
Oh dear. I'm afraid the highest rank I got to in my 12 years was a leading hand, which is just the same as a corporal.
Yeah.
And then I got busted in the last year. Busted back down to private.
Well,
So, an interesting life.
it is. It was.
and it could be.
Oh, that's for sure. Well, if you're going to be around next week, Patty, I'd love to have you back on.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I'm just going to do more of them because I don't like doing them myself. But
yeah,
I'm going to be doing more now because Justin's going to come on with me, and he'll do all the reading of it. I can't do that reading and do this. I am not that. I'm very low in intelligence for everything.
Well, KJ said he made it to E5 twice, which is one more time than I did.
Yeah.
And then Swamp Yankee says 3 months at sea and a few pints, you have no standards.
No. I know this is not. I'm not going to. I really was your typical sailor of that age. I mean, now the sailors have cars, houses, they've all this here. In my day, when you were a sailor, you didn't have. You barely had a bike. If you could get a push bike, you would be lucky. You had nothing. Your money went on going out. That was my sort of whole ambition in life, was to have enough to last a month.
Right.
Of going out.
No, Patty, over here that someone will say that, Congress or the politicians are spending money like a drunken sailor, and I take great exception to that. I spent my own money. I didn't spend other people's money.
But you could have if you would have.
Hey, Mimo, if you're still here, this is how much I paid for that Winkler knife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you
I found this receipt in the box.
And you complained about my Jack Wolf knives.
Yeah.
And you get a sharpened stick for
They didn't have any
$300.
$300 knife.
But I bet if you were trying to survive in the wasteland with a Jack Wolf knife, you couldn't do that Jack Wolf knife compared to this.
No, that's a beautiful knife. Well worth every penny.
It is.
Well, I will say I will not be available probably next week. I'll be doing some traveling, visiting some in-laws or outlaws or something like that. So
that's probably when Pete will come on.
Probably so. I'll have to at least get in the comments and give him a hard time.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you get a chance, get into the chat room and it'll be fun.
Yeah,
Tom, I miss you. I really miss you.
Yep. This is so much fun, RJ. Thanks again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, wait.
But there's more.
The angry watermelon. I got one.
There you go.
Look at Patty.
I see one more angry flipping watermelon.
It is show him, Tom. It is a flipper.
Yeah, it is a flipper. Yeah.
But then again, Tom, it's up to the standard of your knife collecting.
Well, I won this in a giveaway, so it's very special.
About the same price as a buck 110, isn't it?
That's a new one.
No, I think this is equal to a Jack Wolf knife. What do you say?
Oh. William's life will get in trouble. Do not tell him that.
What I heard, Tom, is that they sweep the floor at the Jack Wolf factory and then they make the angry watermelons.
It was a surprise in that giveaway, though, and it is kind of a cute, cool little knife.
It's a fun little knife.
Yeah.
This is my angry watermelon.
Oh, you got your kiwi?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun knife for sure.
I'm so happy to say I haven't got anything like it.
I like it so much. I have two.
Oh, I'm telling lies. I have this one.
Oh, thank you, Jo. He says that all of us are awesome. He appreciates all our channels, and you're a great support to new channels, for sure. And I got to get you back on here too, because we had a good time when you were on.
I've got the that's the best tech tulip.
Let's see what.
Best tech tulip. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Did you see the video that went about the big fella in Canada, the Canucker, the big Canucker?
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm
familiar with that guy.
Did you see what he done to his leg with one of these?
Oh no, I didn't.
He was trying to, like he said, he was trying to be a smart boy and run it because it's a top flipper. He tried to run it along the leg of his trouser to open it, but he made a mistake, hit too early, and stabbed himself in the leg, and went right across the whole top of his thigh down to the bone.
Wow.
As a good knife reviewer, he took his camera to the emergency room with him and videoed the doctor sewing up his leg.
Now that's dedication.
And he put it on YouTube. It's actually on his channel on YouTube. And it's actually down to the bone. And he videoed the doctor doing it.
Anything for views, right, Patty?
I mean, I wouldn't film that. I mean, and release it on YouTube because it would probably be a negative.
Yeah.
No, it's still up there. The last time I looked, it's still up. He never got nothing done.
YouTube hasn't discovered it yet.
Well,
Hey,
gentlemen, I hate to say this, but I'm going to have to get running along here.
Okay, sir.
Again, it's been a great time. Just fabulous.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Good
Everybody
show.
take care, and we'll catch you on the next, on a future live, I should say, not the next one. We'll catch you on a future live. How's that?
Sounds great.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for running this. It's smashing. Lovely to meet you all. I just enjoy the crack.
God bless everyone.
Thank you so much.
God bless you too.
No, I'm going to head on. I can hear my wife getting ready for bed. It's about, what time is it? It's now 25 to 10. So I better go and make a supper or I'll be in trouble.
Sounds
good. I'm getting hungry. I
Okay.
haven't had lunch.
Well, I think that this is as good a time. Yeah, this is the longest one we've done yet. But
sorry.
It's a 3-hour one, right?
Yeah, but it was great having you come on, Stephen. That was fantastic.
I've had a ball.
We always love hanging out with you. That's for sure. Yeah. So
and me, it's lovely to see people face to face. I love seeing the new faces.
So great to talk to you, Patty.
And you, man, it's been lovely to see. And your voice does not get your face.
Oh no.
If that makes sense. Do you know the way you hear people's voices and you wonder, now what do they look like? But yeah, you've a great channel. You've all good channels. I watch you all anyway, so it'll not matter. Take care, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you so much for the invite. I appreciate it.
Bye, Patty.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
See you.
I just now got to find out how the hell I get out of this thing.
I think I don't
Exit
know.
full screen.
Yeah, there you go.
Got used to
Could be
calling
a-
Steven
So,
yet.
But tell you what, we'll go ahead and end the broadcast here, and that way you can figure it out off the air. How's that?
Love it.
Take care,
All right.
everybody.
Bye,
Patty.
KJ.
Say goodbye, everyone.
You have
There
a
we
good
go.
one too.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.